time again I relapse, but your love is always waiting. Perhaps I can't save myself, so I fade to black. But if I get what you take, only take enough to swallow the pain, drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day, you dream like you forgive my mistakes. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day, you dream give and take, only take enough to swallow the pain, drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day, you forgive my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone up. Why you messing my head up? Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is just saying yeah, 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 yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe. Cause you're all that I crave, so I wonder, where are you? Where are you? Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, where are you? Don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, cause I gotta know. Let me know when you're ready, cause I made reservations. Too many invitations, and the last night was heavy. I need communication. Tell me where's your location. Used to talk 24/7, every other second, just to make sure we were up to date. Now it's closer to 11, and I ain't hearing nothing. I just need to know that you're okay. Where are you? Baby, don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, where are you? Hey, don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, cause I gotta know. Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is you saying yeah, yeah, yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe. Cause you're all I crave, so I wonder, where are you? Baby, don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, cause I gotta know. I can hear them thinking out
is, please don't spill your mind when you don't have a clue, hey. They don't know about us, babe. They don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know one thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no. They wouldn't know about us. They keep wishing that I'd fall in line. But you and me, babe, we're one of a kind. One might think it's obvious, please don't spill your mind when you don't have a clue, hey. They don't know about us, babe. They don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know one thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no. They wouldn't know about us, 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 us. They don't know about us, They don't get it, babe, living in a cruel world. It's a rare thing to do just what we do, love. Hold your head high and do it by your own terms. They don't get it, babe, no, they don't get it, babe. They don't know about us, babe. They don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know one thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no. They wouldn't know about us, They don't know about
I'ma need safety. Tell her op can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now. Been a while, you ain't like me then, but how you like me now? Real one, if I hold you down, I'ma keep it there till we in the ground. Jet black when I paint the town, only blue sheets when they pay me now. Treat it setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear. All the homies on the flight list. Verbally gifted, take the plot and I twist it. Got it big lit. Sex with the incense, got my mind rents, won't stop, I'm relentless. I'ma need safety. Tell her op can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I want a grill for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break. I put a lock on the game. I put a stock in my name, but I give a f about the fame. I took a bite of that life and it tastes so exquisite. It feel like you do when you look in my pendant. Hopeless romantic, my girl, chin up for the kid. I'm not on no simp. Won't stop till the youngest he dreams. Wanna take him from rags to riches. I heard that you claim that you know me, but you ain't the homie, the f is your friendship. I need the loyalty, back up the royalty. I give a f if you notice me. Ain't nobody holding me. Big wave at your shoreline, so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas. Nitro with a new pen, go at ISO, tell him don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece. I'ma need safety. Tell the op can't snake me. Ray gun off safety.
Yo, mic check. We back.
I've been working overtime like crazy.
We back, y'all. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here after a weekend of relaxation. And I didn't go live on Friday. I had to do some house cleaning, man. I had to get some stuff together. We good now. This week is gonna be good. Today forward, we good. I needed that. I needed Friday to get some shit together. Kia do. Hey Kia. Glad to have you here. Mr. Awesome. You trying to remember? See, you forgot the S, Mr. Awesome. It's not command. It's commands. Plural. It's commands, plural. Don't be giving away the game to everybody. The system should be working. The system should be working. It says stream elements. Bot is running. All right, cool. We'll see. Black Savant. What up? Nobody call you Alexa. Don't Alexa just sometimes just be waking up for no reason? Savant says he answered no, but only because of the wording. Pull up, let's talk about it. Lakeisha, how you doing, love? Glad to have you here. Hey, LaRonda. Welcome to the show. Are you guys hit the like button? Can you guys at least hit the like button for your boy? I need that. I need that. Just hit the like button. Let YouTube know that we here. YouTube is gonna be like, huh? What's this video that's live right now with all these people hitting the like button? Let me go take a look at this. Thank you. I see the likes going up. I can see it. See, I'm doing it different. I'm not simulcasting. I'm only on YouTube tonight. And I'm getting way more information. I see the likes going up. I see it going up. I'm watching it. I like that. Dana is here. Dana is here. Hey, Dana. I'm so glad that Dana's here. Welcome to another episode of High Value Shan, where not only is Shan a high value man, so is the content. You guys notice anything different? Hey, Brittany. I love you too. You love my body. Brittany, you got to be careful when you say you love my body count. My body count is not something to love. You guys notice anything different from the last 2 weeks? What the Funk is here. My guy, What the Funk is here. I love my guy, What the Funk. Yes, hit the thumbs up, you guys. Thank you so much. Oh man, I'm gonna see. So, you notice anything different? The mic is on this side. The mic used to be over here. Did a small switcheroo. I'm glad everybody is here. Pulling up. I gotta get used to where my buttons are. Thank you everybody for pulling up to the show. Now I can be, hey Jill. Hi Jill, nice profile picture, Jill. Ooh, Sugar Bum, nice so what is it? Is YouTube the location where all the pretty girls go? Look at Dana, look at Sugar Bum, look at Jill, look at Lakeisha, look at Brittany B. Is this where all the above average women come? Fresh face, right out the shower, no makeup. Can't use 7. Is this where all the 8, 9s, and 10s come? Look at Tiffany Williams. Hey, Tiffany. I got a new Kappa watch. What the fuck? Nah, man. I've been had this joint. I need to get the update. This is the Apple Watch 5. I think they got like the 7 out now, man. I don't even know. I gotta get the new one. Mr. Awesome says the merch. Nah, well the merch, I've been selling merch forever. You know, so the t-shirts that I wear on the show, I only wear my own clothes. I only wear on a daily basis. I only wear my own workout clothes. I only wear my own casual clothes. I'm a fashion designer. For those that don't know, Bridging the Gap is here. Salute. Salute. Bridging the Gap is here, you guys. I only wear my own clothes. This is part of I have 7 fashion brands. None of them compete with each other. I have a fitness line called Burning Sands. I have a men's line called Gray. I have a women's contemporary line called Monochrome. I have I said my fitness line, Burning Sands. I have a lingerie line called Classy Club. It's a subscription-based fashion brand. I have a high-end line called Black. It's really Vlock because it's BVLACK. The V is silent, somewhat silent. And then I have a streetwear line called Bars Raw. Bars Raw is what sponsors most of these shows. So I use Bars Raw. I wear it every time. If you guys ever see me in a t-shirt and you're like, damn, I want one of those, run over to Bars Raw. Just run over to Bars Raw. Everything I wear, I sell. And we make it. We cut and sew 40% of our clothes. Source the fabric, design it, cut it, pattern make it, sew it. The other 60%, we do wholesale. So you're gonna always see me rocking something that I actually sell. So this is a $20 t-shirt, free shipping. I ship it for free. I got out of ship. I don't charge people shipping. It's a waste of time. I don't want people worried about shipping costs. And the post office keep raising the prices on me every year. But whatever. I eat the shipping costs. The price you see is the price you pay. So you can get this at Bars Raw. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up. It's working. Mr. Awesome, notice it's working. So we have a chat contest. I'm starting something new this week called the chat contest. You'll see it. All you have to do is type the word salute. Because this is the SR Army, right? We're in the SR Army. And you guys are all soldiers of the SR Army. We're elevating ourselves. All you got to do is type the word salute. That's all you got to do in the chat. Just type the word salute. You're automatically entered. The system is scanning the chat to see anybody that says salute. Every stream we do, look at that. The system just told me RCC 72 Detroit type salute. He just got entered into the contest. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at my screen that tells me who Bridging the Gap just typed salute. Obviously, because it's popping up. It's saying this person is now eligible to win. All you got to do is come in, is be part of the live show, and type the word salute. That's our greeting. Most people, what's up? Hey, hi to the people. No, we salute each other. So if you guys want to be part of the contest, all you got to do is type the word salute in the chat. Jill Williams it says Jill Williams just entered into the contest. She's part of it. What the Funk just entered into the contest. He's part of it. It's popping up on my screen, so it's working. Something I implemented this weekend. And so what I decided to do, every live I do, I'm giving away merch. I'm giving away a free gift card. And then at the end, the system is going to randomly pick one of you guys. It's going to say, okay, cool. At the end of the show, you got to be here for the end of the show. You got to be here for the end of the show to claim your prize. And so what we do is over here at High Value Shan, we're going to salute each other. I'm a veteran. I'm proud of my military background. So if anybody, look at this, Quentin came in, salute Quentin, Space Hopper, salute. It's telling me you guys it's popping in. BL, salute, Afro Shop, salute. Everybody's entered into the contest. So let me minimize that screen. I'm glad that's working. So the system is working. The system is working. You guys are watching me actually just build this channel. You guys are with me. You guys are what we call day ones. You guys are all my day ones. Certainly my month ones. You guys are all certainly my month ones. And so the system should automatically remind everybody every once in a while about the contest. And then, boom, I'll shoot you off the gift card. You go shopping, you buy something. It's just that simple. You pick you something out. Shipping is free. I'm glad you guys are here. Good evening. What up, Dwayne? I'm glad you're here, bro. You guys can pull up and call in. Shout out. Uh-oh. We got a super chat. Mr. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for your support. All ladies loving on Mr. Shannon in the chat need to put your money where your mouth is. Salute to my man, Mr. Awesome. Salute to my man, Mr. Awesome. He gave me a super chat yesterday when we was testing this out. He gave me a super chat. I was like, yo, I'm just testing out my new, my new bot and new stream elements and all that kind of stuff. He came and he hit me. He blessed me with a super chat yesterday. I appreciate your support. And he's also a soldier in the Army. Notice that he has rank next to his name. He's a soldier in the Army. He'll be promoted within the next 30 days. He's going to get promoted from private to a sergeant. Thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate you. Sugar Bum is here. RCC 72 is here. That's my guy. Jill. Great way to brand your business, Shannon. Wearing your own clothes. Yes, I'm a fashion designer. I'm not a blogger. I'm just I've been people say, Shannon, are you a trainer? No, like in fitness. They say, Shannon, are you a trainer? No, I'm not a trainer. I'm not. I would be a fool to claim the illustrious title trainer. You know how tough it is? Real trainers that train people in fitness, they know a lot more than just somebody that know how to do a few reps or got some advice in the gym. I'm a motivator. My profession is a film producer and a fashion designer and creative director. But all my life I've been a motivator. And so I tend to motivate people in the two ships, entrepreneurship and relationships. Two things that I think I'm a self-proclaimed expert on. Entrepreneurship and relationships. I've been talking about it for 30 years, you guys. I've been talking about both of them for 30 years. Thank you, Tiffany Williams. Tiffany hit us with that bomb. $5 super chat from Tiffany. She had nothing to say but just to give some love. Tiffany had nothing to say but to give some love. You know, this show is called The High Value Shan, where not only Shan is a high value man, so is the content, but also so is the people that listen to it. I tell everybody, I say, listen, if you're not aspiring to be high value or you're not already high value, please exit the building. This broadcast isn't for you. I tend to want everybody that listens to me to be of high intellectual value. People like Tiffany, who's just blessing the channel to make sure that I'm even encouraged to keep going. A lot of you guys are starting your own channels, or some of you guys are considering it. Or maybe you give your value in a different medium. Maybe you use Instagram. I happen to use YouTube, but maybe you use Instagram. Maybe you do it locally within your family. And that's what's important to you. Maybe you do it in your community. So I tend to want all the people that's rocking with me to be of a high value too. That's why I call the show High Value. You know, it used to be called Shut the Fuck Up and Listen. But now it's called High Value Shan, because I give value, and I want the people who receive it to be of value. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. Salute Afro Shop. Salute Sugar Bum. Salute everybody. Make sure you come in the chat. You type salute. All you have to do, if you're watching this live, come in and type salute. The system is going to randomly pick everybody. I know more people are saying it. The system is going to remind everybody. I think I said that for every 8 minutes. Every 8 minutes is going to tell you, yo. Toya's here. Hey, Toya. The system is going to say, yo. All you got to do is say the word salute. and you're entered into the contest. I'm doing that every time. Lauren Melissa's here. She's inspired me to do this chat. Lauren, are you still here? I'm scrolling down. I know I'm late. Lauren is inspired. I say this chat. Lauren has inspired this. Lauren Melissa is the channel I want everybody to watch. I want to get her watch hours up. I want to get Lauren's watch hours up. Lauren's show last night is what inspired this show right here. Lauren probably don't want to come up and talk to me though. I wanted to talk to her last night. I asked her, was she available? But she was on the telephone already talking to somebody. So I didn't bother her. But the whole inspiration of tonight's show is based on Lauren's show. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Thank you for being here, Lauren. I appreciate you, Lauren. Wave, but say salute. I want you to be part of the contest. Everybody all you gotta do is type the word salute in the chat. The chat it's working. Chat contest. Everyone watching the live can win a free gift card from Bars Raw. That's one of my brands. I own Bars Raw. Why is it typed like that? I gotta fix it. It's not typed like it's supposed to be. Let me do a screenshot of that so I can fix it. All right, cool. Lakeisha, salute. We ain't signing shit. What up? Lauren says salute. Thank you, Lauren. You know you inspired me for this show tonight. We inspire each other. I wanted to talk to Lauren last night. I was like, Lauren, you up? She was like, I'm up, but I'm on the phone. I said, oh, she must have been talking to her boo. I was like, all right. Lauren was talking to her boo, but we talking about how much sex is too much sex before you get married. How much sex is too much sex before you get married? We're going to finish this conversation. We're going to talk about this tonight, you guys. Yes, BL, Lauren is dope. Welcome to the show, everybody. I appreciate you guys pulling up. I had wrote this in the description. I said, I hate to belabor this topic, but we got to continue to talk about it. Lauren Melissa and Anton Daniels discussed this last week on Lunch with Lauren. Lunch with Lauren is a show that Lauren does every Wednesday. So make sure you guys are running over it. Just type Lauren Melissa in YouTube. Her channel will pop up. It doesn't matter how you spell Melissa, whether it's 2 L's or 2 S's or 1 L and 1 S. She's going to pop up. Follow her channel. She does Lunch with Lauren. She's been doing that for a long time. And now she's brought it to YouTube. She used to do it over at Instagram. Now she does it over here at YouTube. And she had a conversation with Anton Daniels. Shout out to my guy, Anton Daniels. He's an inspiration of mine as well. You know, the lead attorney, Anton Daniels, J.R. Lapeef, of course, Kevin Samuels, O'Shea, Duke Jackson. These are people that's inspired me. I'm not even naming everybody. I hate when I name people because I be forgetting people that's sometimes even more important than the people I name. But I'm an old man. I'm 49. So, you know, charge it to my head, not my heart. You know, shout out to Anton. And he was on her show and they were talking about, that wasn't the nature of the show. They just popped up. And they started talking about body count. And it split off from that discussion that they had, which was a great discussion. It split off. So if you want to see that discussion, run over to Lauren's channel and watch it. And then from there, it split off and continued on Anton's show. Anton had a follow-up show called Body Count. Great show. And again on Lauren's show later on. And then Sunday night, which is last night. I somehow got pulled into the debate when I saw a young lion, as I call him, my guy, Jonathan Barronville. Y'all know who Jonathan Barronville is. He's a young lion. He's a wolf. I really want to call him a wolf. You know, why is a wolf? You know, you could be a lion, you could be a tiger, you could be a wolf. Which one would you rather be? Put it in the chat. If you had to be an animal, which one would you rather be? A lion, a tiger, or a wolf? Lion, tiger, or a wolf? I select a wolf. Why would I rather be a wolf? Well, a lion and tiger is much more powerful, right? A lion and tiger are much more powerful, but guess what? Those two things, they perform in a circus. You don't see wolves performing in a circus. You don't see, a wolf can be tamed, but it can't be trained to shuck and jive and dance for a crowd. I select the wolf. That's right, RCC. That's right, RCC. Dwayne says a lion. I select the wolf, Dwayne. Lions are cool, but they can be docile if you treat them right, if you tame them right. You can't tame a wolf. I'm sorry, you can't train a wolf. You can tame one, but you can't train one. That's right. Yes, wolves running in a pack. This is a pack. BL says, well, wolves running a pack, Shan. Yes, this is a pack. It takes a village. It takes a village. So when I saw my young lion, Jonathan Barronville, he got cornered by a few simp hyenas. I'm poking at him. I'm poking at the brothers. There's some good brothers that was on the panel. But I'm calling them right now for the all intents and purposes. Some simp hyenas trying to corner my guy, Jonathan. And I was disappointed at Lauren. Because Lauren is championing for the underdog. She's always championed for the underdog. Lauren is the kind of girl that feeds the homeless on Thanksgiving instead of having her home Thanksgiving meal. She's quick to go down to the mission and take care of the people. So she's always championed for the underdog. But Jonathan was keeping it 100, and they tried to corner my guy. And they was double talking and moving the goalposts. So we're going to put this to rest tonight. Does body count matter? Does body count matter? Can a woman still be marriageable? That was the question that Lauren ended us with at the end of the night. We wanted to talk about it, but Lauren was tired. So we're moving it to this show. Does body count matter? Can a woman still be marriage material if she's known to smash the whole football team? Can a woman still be marriage material if she's known to smash the whole football team? Can a man be forgiven for being a fuckboy throughout his 20s? Fellas, if you were a fuckboy when you were young, can you be forgiven? Are you once a fuckboy, always a fuckboy? Are you once a fuckboy, always a fuckboy? Let me scroll up and see what y'all talking about. Lakeisha is here. Red Lipstick Vibes is here. Everybody give me a salute so you can enter into the contest. This is the first contest. Lauren is already here. I'm about to pull Lauren up now. I see you smiling. She in the green room, you guys. I ain't even get to the monologue. I'm going to pull Lauren up. We're going to just jump right in it. Oh, shit. Chicago's in the house. Another inspiration. Remember when I was telling you just now, I don't like to name names of people that inspire me because I forget people. Chicago Realist is on that list. I should have mentioned Chicago. Never met the man in person. Met him within the last 60 days. I've only known Chicago for 2 months. Online association. And he inspires me. And I'm 50 years old. I'm his senior, but he inspires me. I'm glad he's here. Shout out to you, Chicago. Thank you for pulling up, bro. You know what, Chicago? The young lion statement probably did come from you. You know, you people can say stuff and will inspire me to repeat it, and I don't remember the source. I probably did get young lion from you. Because I normally say young bulls. I normally say young bulls. Everybody, enter into the chat contest. All you got to do is say salute in the chat. I'm scrolling. The chat is moving fast. I got to get used to this. I'm catching up. We about to bring Lauren up. I got some talking points. Lauren, me and Lauren going to have this conversation. So she wants to always champion the underdog. What up, Snook? Snook is my frat brother. Supports me he's been supporting me through and through for decades. Okay, I got your text, Lauren. Snook is in the house. He always says, good evening, young man. I'm his pro-fight, but he's my OG. You wouldn't understand that. If you guys are not in the fraternity, you wouldn't understand that. I'm his pro-fight, but he's my OG. I'm his profile, but he's my OG. Glad to have you here, man. Truth says exactly 100%. Age doesn't matter. You learn and grow from anyone and everything. Salute to Red Lipstick Vibes. You part of the contest. You automatically entered into the contest. Let me go take a look at this contest thing real quick, you guys. Oh shit, that's right. It's working. It's working. It's some of you guys didn't say it. You talking. You know what? The system tells me if you're actually active in the chat, but it tells me if you're active in the chat and you didn't salute us. All you got to do is say salute. So all you got to do is write the word salute, and you good to go. Like Chicago and Brittany, LaRonda, Snook, Dana, Toya, Truth never is never favored. You guys didn't say the words. All you got to do is type the word salute and you in. Let me keep that going. Body count, does it matter, you guys? Does body count matter? Jonathan got cornered last night and I didn't want to go up. I was laying in bed. It was Sunday evening. I was enjoying the conversation. I was kind of being a little asshole in the chat. I was teasing Lucky Marie and Lauren Melissa on their show, throwing punches at. But then when they started cornering my guy Jonathan Barronville, I was like, oh no, we ain't doing that. I was like, oh no, we not doing that. Let me show y'all Lauren's gorgeous self. Hey Lauren. Uh-oh. She's frozen. Is that my system that's freezing her, or is she frozen?
It's not me.
It's not. Hold on. It could be my sister. Oh, there you go. Now it's working.
It might be you.
No, it's your internet. You got that T-Mobile.
Yeah. It's no. I got all my bars.
You know what? There's a delay.
Bring me back up.
All right. Let me pull you out.
You're looking like this.
All right. Say something real quick.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a delay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You said you don't want me to pull you up? I gotta pull you up.
I mean, you can. You're not finna have me out here struggle treatment because it's not my Wi-Fi.
You know what? Do me a favor. Log off and then come back. There's a delay. It's my system doing that. I don't know why. I'm gonna pull her back. We're gonna have Lauren is who's inspired this discussion tonight. Uh-oh. Incoming, y'all. Take cover. Chicago Realist hit us with a super chat. Chicago Realist hit us with a super chat. He said, "You are much more of an inspiration to me, sir." Salute. My man Chicago. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. All right, let me see. Let me pull Lauren. All right, there you go, love. Now it's working.
Okay. A little bit.
A little bit. It's a delay. I don't know why it does that.
You can hear me.
I can hear you. There's a delay on my screen. I don't know. Is there a delay on yours? Cause you know what? It normally catches up. So we'll just keep going. Snook says, okay. Salute from 30,000 feet in the air. Where you going? Where you going, Nupe? Where you going? It says, Black Savant says Lauren is in 240p. Lauren, you better get on Wi-Fi. You gotta get off the Boost mobile.
I am on Wi-Fi. Don't play me. Don't do it.
All right, I ain't gonna play with you. I wanted to talk to you last night, Lauren, and you wasn't available. You was talking to somebody else. I was like, ooh.
I wasn't. I'm sorry. I was definitely on the phone.
I wanted to talk to you about this show tonight, but we're here now. We can talk about it. Listen, body count. I know you sick of it. I know you sick of it. You was sick of it last night. You said you were sick of that conversation, but we gotta have it.
Yeah, I am.
We gotta have. Did you see that long explanation I wrote in your description?
I went back to find it and then it was gone. What happened to it?
I don't know. It should be there. Hopefully it's there.
I have to go back and look for it. But I saw it and I went back to read it and it was gone.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, I didn't delete it unless the system took it out. I tagged,
Maybe.
you know, and that's what had made me come, because I was just explaining why I cammed up, because the guy was, you know, you gotta pick a side, basically. You gotta pick a side. And he was saying that body count matters, and that maybe it would be a contributing factor as to why he would marry somebody or not. More so not. And that's why he wasn't really clear about that. That's why I cammed up. He was making it seem. He was like, I don't know why. What you want me to keep saying? And you was co-signing. I went back and watched the video. I was like, oh, Lauren's co-signing.
No, I understood what he was saying, and I feel like I summarized it in so many words. For him, it's proximity. It's not necessarily the number. And so I think it was you or somebody else in the chat said that, you know, proximity is one of the reasons why it matters, but it's not the only reason. And I think
he said it was proximity too.
But I think to certain people, certain things weigh differently. Like to some people, perhaps the number doesn't mean a lot, but proximity means a lot. So I think it just depends on the individual.
Got it. So, but then he later on went on to say, well, you know, but if I was trying to get with Lauren, I wouldn't even ask her what her body count is. It don't matter. And he was telling Jonathan Barronville, you know, if you was with a chick that had sex with 300 men in New Jersey, but you guys ended up moving to New York, it won't matter. And I'm thinking to myself, what? How come that can? Oh, we got Dwayne here. I was thinking to myself, why is hold on, let me change these names. Where did he go? Oh, my man left. Hold on. I was thinking to myself, like, how come it's okay for you to care about body count when you were in college to the woman that you were smashing that lived across the hall in your apartment?
Right.
But then not care if Lauren had sex with 100. Not care if Lauren had sex with 100 guys. And that's all I'm like, come on, man. Does it matter or does it matter? Of course, I think. Of course, Jonathan was saying it does matter. Mm-hmm. Him, along with the dude, Red Pill something, which is odd because he was speaking a lot of blue pill shit. He has, you know, his name was.
It was Bishop Red Pill or something.
Bishop Red Pill. His name was Bishop Red Pill, spitting a whole lot of blue pill shit. He was talking a whole lot of blue pill talk. It was odd. But he was saying that body count don't matter. Why do you care? Why should a man care about how many women? Why should a man care about how many men his woman fucked prior to him? It's all about him. And then that other brother came up, the young guy. He was like, man, I don't care. I ain't asking no questions. Kosher clinicians in the house. I already know kosher. I already know how kosher feels.
Hey, lucky girl.
I already know how kosher feels. Is Lucky here?
She's here.
Lucky need to pull up too. She ain't gonna pull up.
Working. She's working right now.
Oh, she's at work? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about soul ties. We could get it because I made some points. I wrote down some points like I do for most of my shows. And I wrote down soul ties. I said, here's the point. Soul ties and imprinting. You know, you touched on that on your show last night. Then we talk about smashing. Is it long term?
Hold on.
Is there a difference between long term and just fuck buddies, just smashing for the moment? You know, and is there a standards difference between men and women? And does age matter? Proximity? And can you erase your Houghfax? You know, Carfax. Everybody wants to get a new car. They want to check the Carfax. You want to get a used car? You got to go run the Carfax. If somebody wants to buy a new car, you generally want to go ahead and run the Carfax. It's cheap. It's only $20. You get the history on the car. What kind of collisions it's been in. How many accidents it's had. How many accidents that it had to go to the clinic and get fixed up. That's what you want to do if you're buying a used car. Well, people have a Houghfax. You know, how many accidents have you been in? How many times have you ran to the clinic? People want to know. So we can talk about that. But go ahead. You got a question? Go ahead.
I think, yeah, Well, do you want me to save it for when we actually talk about it? Because I mean, I have some questions.
No. Okay. Well, let's go to the points. Let's go through the points, and you can bring it up when you're ready. When you hear when it associates with what you have. I want to talk
Sure.
about soul ties. Do you believe in soul ties?
Yeah.
There's a saying. So you do believe in it. So explain to people your definition of what you believe a soul tie is.
I mean, a soul tie is basically like that emotional, and perhaps spiritual in some way, attachment that you have to an individual. When you actually share, when you have sex with someone or get intimate with someone, there's a transfer of energy, a transfer of emotion, it's spiritual basically. And so you share that with that individual. So to me, that's what like a soul tie is. It's like really what it's intertwined, right, with the person that you have sex with.
Okay.
And,
So yeah.
And in order to kind of like break the soul tie, you obviously have to do some internal work, like healing from it or separation. Like there's distance that you have to create. And I think you even said it, like when you introduce sex into something, it just makes it more complicated. So, it takes that extra work to undo a soul tie.
I looked it up. It's Google is our friend. I looked it up. A soul tie, this is what I've discovered. It says a soul tie is a connection, just as Lauren explained. She nailed it. A soul tie is a connection with someone deeply embedded into your soul. And the certified sex therapist, Deandra Blaylock Johnson, she says often it's thought to happen after you have sexual intercourse with someone. She notes, adding it's often presented with a form of cisgender and heteronormative perspective. Basically, when you have sex with somebody, your souls get tied whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. And the imprinting is, that's the next step. People say when you imprint on somebody, and normally, and some people argue that when you imprint with everybody that you've ever had sex with, and they're permanently printed on you in some form or fashion. Some people say it's DNA. I think I heard last night on Lauren's show that, if you have sex with somebody, their DNA remains with you forever. Women, we're talking about women, not men. Men can get up, I guess, go wash it off. Don't make that face, Lauren.
Listening, go ahead.
Don't make that face. Women can wash it off. Men can wash it off. But women keeps the remains of somebody's DNA within her for the rest of her life. Everybody that she's had sex with. How do you guys feel about that in the chat? Talk about it. Do you believe? Put a number 1 if you believe that having sex with somebody, a woman keeps her DNA part of her. Or put a number 2 if you don't believe in that. If you don't believe that women retain somebody's DNA after they have sex, put 2. But if you do believe that they retain somebody's DNA after having sex, put a number 1. I'm curious.
And shout out to Lucky, because she made that point last night as well, about imprinting and that. So shout out to Lucky.
Yeah. The imprinting side. Oh, What the Funk is pulling up. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull him up. Mr. Shanghai is pulling up. We got everybody pulling up. On this show, I like you guys to come in early. The conversations is so much easier when you guys are here early. The conversations is so much easier when you guys are here early. What up, Mr. Shanghai? What up, What the Funk? WT, as I like to call him.
How you doing?
Good, bro. Listen, we're talking about soul ties. And hold on, where's What the Funk? What the Funk? You got to get your internet together.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I can enter something into the record, thank you for letting me on your panel. I'll say something very quickly, and then I'll continue. I'll let you guys continue the conversation. There was a study, I believe, in the University of Washington that talked about microtrimerism, where it talks about every time a woman has unprotected sex, the organs absorb the semen and the DNA. So the DNA goes into her liver, her eyes, her brains, and things like that. And then they did autopsy of women from 60 years before, and they found male DNA even in their brain fluid. So women, from a scientific point, absolutely do absorb DNA. That you can find this in the Business Insider. You can find this even in Forbes magazine. Second,
Wow.
the the Institute of Family Studies .org. There it talks about promiscuous women who had a promiscuous past and the quality of sex life and marriage, right? And in there
Mm.
they talk about more the larger her body count, the less sexual satisfaction she will have in her marriage. Also, they do statistics on her body count and the likelihood of divorce, right? So this is the you can go to Institute for Family Studies.org to see their documentation, and they have the chart, right? Once she passes five bodies, the likelihood of divorce goes up by 50-60%.
Wow.
Obviously, 80% of women who are virgins before they marry, they stay married at a clip of 80%, right? So all of the lore, like Islam, Christianity, all of the lore of before, they actually do have it right. And not only that, when she has your baby, so let's say she's married, when she has your baby, it has been found that your child will have DNA from all the men she had slept with prior to you. So your child is not fully your child. Your child has DNA from your wife's exes as well. Again, University of Washington study. So I will after this I will put those links all in the chat. So that's the data.
Man, real quick, I want to give a shout out to RCC for the super chat. I want to give a shout out to RCC for the super chat. Thank you, bro. He says it's a spiritual exchange, spiritual energy exchange. A spiritual energy
science,
exchange happens.
Well, the science backs it up. That's why when you look at Islamic men, like men who like patriarch societies, right? They cannot accept a woman who's been promiscuous because that DNA from her exes even permeates down to your offspring, right? So she can't even provide you pure children.
Damn.
What do you mean pure children, sir?
Pure children means solely your DNA and her DNA only, right?
Okay.
I mean, we see it when they're breeding. You see that when they're breeding horses, actually, right? When they're breeding horses, I know that's a horrible analogy, but when they're breeding horses,
No,
they keep it
going.
pure.
Keep digging that hole, bro.
Well, I know you can. I will put the links all in the chat, and that you can debate against the information. I have no.
I'm not debating. I'm just literally just listening to the point. I'm not debating it. I'm just soaking this in.
Okay.
Well,
sure,
WT,
sure.
do you not believe the soul tie and more importantly the imprinting side of it? Because Lucky put in the chat that it has to be unprotected. So if you're wearing a condom and you don't shoot up the club, then maybe not so much. But if you shoot the club up, WT, do you not believe that the DNA from all men past remains with her in some form or fashion?
No.
And whether it even matters, because say for instance you say it happens, but what the fuck difference does it make?
It has. There's more of an impact on that dude's whip appeal than the DNA. It's more. I think there's more effect on how the dude laid it down with the woman than the past DNA that he possibly left 6 years ago. I think the imprint of his doggy style is probably way more impactful than the DNA that he possibly left in her womb.
Psychologically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, psychologically speaking.
But we're talking biologically.
I think that we've overcomplicated this a bit. And sure, you can put a link in the chat from some study that they did in Washington State. But there's studies that are happening every single day to back up every single narrative that's been placed on this entire planet Earth. I think that if we just dial it back a bit, I think we can kind of find that there's a balance in realizing that yes, there are women who have had a promiscuous past, just like there have been some men. And at the same time, there are some women that have not. We can also point at women who have not done a lot of these things. And then when they get married, they end up getting turned out by some dude. They just end up getting... So you can always bring up a narrative. I actually think it's better off if a woman has had her experiences, because then when she's with you, she's wanting to be with you because she's already done all that. But at the other standpoint, there is a chance that because maybe she's had too many bodies, that she has ADHD with how she sees her relationships, and she can't truly focus on one person because it gets boring. There's two ways to look at it. I think it's a good way to come into the middle, but I think the whole scientific soul ties of a woman, she has all the like, bruh. Let's stop it. Let's stop that.
You see, here's the problem.
Well, hold on 1 second. I want to give a shout out to Snuggles 668 for this $5 super chat. Thank you, Snuggles. She says that he just told you that your children is not your children, and that you have to share your kids with all her exes. So technically, child support should be cheaper. That is not your baby.
Let me take back everything I said. And let's go with what's...
Child support should be cheaper because that is not just your baby. We the I'm the pappy.
It's the baby for the community.
I'm the pappy. That baby mine, boss.
I'm Spartacus.
See, let me break it down. See, we have all this, not only the science behind it, but we also have the history where, you know, the village wives, as BGS has talked about, right? And then we also have the socialization with African Americans, right? African American. I'm talking about
we have the wait, fam. You just spoke up a
well, let me finish. Let me finish real quick, and then let me land the plane.
Whole Israelite thing, but go ahead.
Let him land his point, WT. Let him
So you know, we have the experience of the village wife. You know, we have back in slavery where if she gives 10 babies, she gets emancipated from slavery, right? This is all documented facts that you can look at. See, but the socialization of the black man is, if you dick her down right, if you knock it out of the park, your dick is greater than history and science and whatever. So that's where we at, and you know, and that has always gotten us caught up as black men. And my plane is landed.
You know, it's interesting that you brought up something, WT, and I want to ask Lauren's opinion on this as well. And you brought it. You said it's part of the study, Shanghai, that women may have psychologically. So let's move out of the biological side, because I mean, unless we fucking, you know, drawing blood and examine it in the petri dish, what difference does it make if somebody's DNA is part of your kid and shit at this point? But here's the thing. Let's talk about the psychological implications. And this leads into like what men, like why it may be split on why some men care about body count and other men don't give a fuck. Shanghai, you said that the study shows that women that generally have sex with 5 or more men, the chances of them having a long-term successful marriage tend to drop off fast. And then right. WT, you had mentioned that maybe there is a psychological implication because she has all these guys involved in her mind or whatever it is. Shanghai, you said that women are typically not sexually satisfied the more men that they have. Or what was that part?
Yes.
Repeat that part again.
So this is from the Family Institute. Family Studies Institute, and also a Yale professor also talked about this. For women themselves, the more men they sleep with, the less sexual gratification they get. So forget the men for a second. Forget the men. Women have self-reported that the more men sleep with, they have less sexual satisfaction, right?
How do you feel about that, Lauren? Do you believe, Lauren, that a woman, let's say a porn star, let's go to the extreme end of the scale. Let's exaggerate to get our points across. Do you think porn stars can have sexual satisfaction with their husbands?
Yes.
Knowing that she is sexually fucking involved on set all day long, all year long?
Yeah.
And explain, if you believe that, explain why. When the study says otherwise, the study's saying, you know, generally if a woman is having a lot of sex with a lot of different guys, her husband may not take her there sexually. But you're saying that it potentially can happen.
No, Shan, I'm sorry. In general, whoever she sleeps with, right, her sexual satisfaction decrease overall, regardless of the man. But it's two different studies. One, they're not sexually satisfied in their marriage, but another study by a professor at Yale said just overall sexual satisfaction decreases after a certain number.
Who's sexually satisfied in marriage anyway? I mean, let's keep it 100.
Lauren, you frozen. Oh, there you go.
I'm married, so I can't talk. I can't speak the validity of whether or not a woman is sexually satisfied outside of marriage versus inside marriage, because I've never this conversation or this thing about when we speak of body count, notice it automatically goes like
way off, way to the extreme.
To this deep end, right? Of like,
you in the matrix.
Like, let's proven it's known. Like there is one too logical.
I gave Lauren some of my Wi-Fi from Germany.
Turn my video.
Yeah, you in the matrix, Lauren.
I have all my bars. I don't know what's going on. All right. Maybe it's too many people on the panel. This has never happened to me. Anyways.
Now you know how we feel. Like, yeah, this don't happen to me. This is the first time. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. This normally don't happen. Yeah, see, now you know how I feel.
Where was I going? What road was I going down? Before y'all really got me jacked up. No, so I think that the point of this, though, is less about whether or not it messes a woman up, because I can say yes for sure it is going to cause some psychological distortion, or they're going to be messed up. Like, that's no question. However, I think my argument is not to tell women and scream from the mountaintops, go ahead and screw every man you see, because it doesn't matter. It absolutely does matter. But what I'm saying is to the extent of saying a woman is not marriage material, or is not, she's not going to get married whatsoever because of her body count, I think it's dumb. I think it's not based on any type of merit, because every man, and it was proven on the show yesterday, every man has their own standards. There are some men who don't care. There are some men who do. So painting this narrative that if you have a high body count, you're never going to get chosen, you're not going to be successful in marriage, I think it's not productive to this whole conversation about building a family and all that stuff. Like, it's just not productive.
So that's the thing about it.
On that slightly.
Oh, go ahead. Because I do want to talk about, does it matter to men? And I'm gonna ask Shanghai, and I'm gonna ask you, WT, also. Does it matter? Does body count matter? And does it differ? Does your answer differentiate when it comes to just smashing and looking for somebody long term? I won't say wife. I'm saying long term. But go ahead and give your pushback real quick, WT.
Hold on, before But the Funk continues, I just want to say this, right? All the men who say body count matters, or men who say it absolutely does, are oftentimes the men that are contributing to women's body counts, right? They're actually having sex with women. So it's like, how could you care so much, but then continue to have sex with women casually? It just doesn't make sense. So I'll let you finish What the Funk, and yeah.
I'll see if I can make it make sense a little bit. It's about mainly two things. If you're just out dating, then I don't think men truly care about a body count. But when it comes to actually putting your finances and a legacy on hold, then it actually does, because you have to realize when you marry a woman, you're giving her power over your finances, over your life, and over a huge part of what will become of you in your old age. So you don't want to put that power in a woman's hands who is wishy-washy or might change her mind off feelings. And when a woman has a higher body count, eventually maybe she gets bored with you and she has the incentive to divorce you. That's what happens a lot in America. The capitalist system actually gives a lot of women an incentive to divorce and break up rather than stick it out and be bored. They say, well, their friend circle will say, go get the excitement. The culture, the entertainment, everyone says, it's nothing that says stick it out for the unity of your family, the unity of that man that's providing. So when a woman has a larger body count and has a little bit of ADHD in her relationships, a lot of times how men do too, and men cheat, but they don't leave their marriages. They cheat because they have ADHD. Women have ADHD in divorce, and that's why it's different.
ADD. Got it. Real quick. Want to give a shout out to BL for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. Always supporting the channel. BL continues to support. He says, I believe imprints influence a woman's perspective. First love, first baby daddy. Y'all lost me on the, he says, y'all lost me on the Kundalini energy and moon in retrograde. First love and first baby daddy. Thank you for the super chat. But, you know, go ahead, Shanghai. Because I want to hear your perspective too.
Yeah, so this is, I actually will agree with WTP. See, it matters because when okay, what the phone? Okay, so it matters because when the man shows benevolence and say, okay, I don't care about your history, right? Then we know that when she gets unhappy, divorce. Who divorces the most, right? 70-80% of divorces initiated by women. So that's why it matters, because we all know the financial horrors of divorce. So that's why it matters when it comes to body count, because body count contributes to how likely a woman will stay in a marriage. So that's the rationale behind that, right? So I'm 100% agree with him on that point, and that's why it matters. Yeah, that's why it matters, because at the end of the day, in America, you do not have full agency over how long a marriage lasts.
Got it. What up, Dwayne? Dwayne pulled up. Dwayne, you there? Work out your camera.
Lauren,
Dwayne.
how you feeling? You was doing the side face. Did any of that make sense? Or you was just like, you just going?
I was just at this point.
What is Dwayne putting on cologne to get on the show? Dwayne,
You know he is. He trying to shoot a shot because Lauren didn't have her shoot her shot on Saturday, so he putting on his Old Spice.
Yeah, sound like he's smacking his face up over there getting ready.
He Birdman Jr. right now. He about to get ready.
Lauren, what's up with the side eye? You don't believe, Lauren, that potentially a woman that has lots of sexual partners prior to her marriage will potentially be psychologically off-put with her husband because she has all those memories of different sexual experiences with so many different men?
I said that there's no question that there will be something wrong with them. Like, not really wrong with them, but I said that they would deal with that. And
so then what was the side eye for?
The back and forth. I'm just gonna say, like, understand this, that I've been a part of these conversations at least 4 times within the past week, right? And
Right.
all the different excuses that I've heard men say is just no one wants to admit.
Excuses?
Well, excuses as to why it matters. Like, someone in the
Well, how
chat
about
just
the
said,
excuses from the women of why it doesn't?
well, I'm speaking, I never said, and I said it before I went on my little soliloquy, that I never said that sleeping around with men was okay, right? I'm trying to get to...
It's fine.
Well, sure. Sexual liberation, yeah.
I'm just saying that if you do have that, you have to understand from a male's point of view that marriage is going to be very much probably off the table because we have ADHD with how we look at each other as partners. And women have the opportunity when they get bored to simply leave you and take your resources.
I hear what you're saying.
That doesn't make sense.
I kind of disagree with that.
Okay.
Black men will marry whatever, right? We don't, like,
that's
our standards
our
are not all
problem.
that great.
Black men have been marrying whatever, and that's been the problem in the black community. We need to start marrying better, and women need to start staying longer.
But before you even get to the marriage part, what the fuck? Let's talk about this whole dating thing, right? If there are men out here that are having sex with women that have no intentions on moving forward, therefore they are adding to this body count, right? Someone in the chat just said I'm wrong about that. If more men start saying...
That was Dwayne. He's the one that pulled up.
Okay, great. Thanks for being up here. But if more men can admit that, yes, I like to have sex. Yes, I have sex with so many women. If men are saying that, then let's scale back on labeling women and telling them that they're not going to get married because they had sex with 5 more than the number that you would deem acceptable.
But
or
I don't think that men are saying that by and
Okay,
large. Real quick, hold on real quick. Let me hold on.
If you have a brother or a nephew,
I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to RCC.
Okay.
I mean, to 72 Detroit. He gave another super chat. He said, "Men like to hunt. Women should be wild game, not pigeons." Basically, women should be tough to get. Shouldn't be easy, just pigeons walking around where you could just peck them off. It should be more difficult for women to give up the sex than they are in WCC's eyes. And that's what he means by men like to hunt, but women shouldn't just be pigeons standing around waiting to get picked off. They should be wild game. There should be some strategic moves that men need to make in order to get what they're getting.
So he's saying that women are too easy. Understood. I get it. Some women are.
But so my question is, don't women have agency? For example, if you're a woman and you want to get married and you know, okay, well, there's a body count limitation. Can't you, as a woman of your own agency, just be like, okay, well, I'm at number 2, better stop, right? Next one got to wife me up, right?
My counter's increasing. My counter's increasing.
Right. So I mean, don't you have free agency to say, okay, this is my limit. Let me get married, or no?
Wait, what? No, bro, that makes no sense. What are you talking about?
No, it makes perfect sense. What he's saying is, see, what Lauren is saying is that, listen, fellas, you guys are the ones out here talking about a woman that got a high body count. Ain't nobody trying to marry her. I don't really think that, and I'm gonna give you pushback on that in a second. Lauren, but just for argument's sake, men are out here saying, man, I ain't marrying these women, these hoes. Ain't nobody trying to wife no hoe. She didn't screw too many dudes. It be that dude that's screwing the women. That's what Lauren said. She said he's the one out there making the women get the body counts. Those guys are the ones that's running up these body counts for all these women. Then he turn around and say, I'm not wifing them. But here's the thing that RCC, but hold on. But this is what RCC is saying. RCC is saying women have access to sex. Women, it's incumbent upon you to put a limit on how many men that you are actually having sex with. Shouldn't you be limiting that? It's your body that you're allowing this to give. And if you know that men are saying, I'm not wifing the hoes, women are the ones that decide to be a hoe. So how come you don't say, okay,
wiped up first? Let's keep it 100. Men are wiping these hoes. The hoes are winning. They are.
I don't. No, but you're missing the point. She's saying. My point is this. She's saying that you're being a hypocrite because you're saying on one end I want a virgin, but on the other end you out here smashing everything under the sun. So these men are being hypocritical. Okay, I understand that, and that's logic. That makes perfect logical sense. However, what I'm saying, because it's your body, your choice, your responsibility, shouldn't you, if it's consensual sex, shouldn't you have your limit saying, okay, I'm at my number, I'm not going to move forward unless I get married, right? So, because it's like you're putting all the onus on men. And secondly, even with that rationality, you're putting Black men in a homosexual mental relationship because your requirements and standards as a woman and my requirements and standard as a man are going to be different because we're in a heterosexual relationship. You cannot say I need to meet your standard as a woman because I am not a woman. I am a man. And I cannot say your standards for marriage needs to be the same as me because I am a man. It is different, right? What you need to bring to the table, what you need to be as a wife is going to be different than a man, and what he needs to bring to the table and what he needs to be as a man, because it's a heterosexual relationships. So things are different. Education, money matters more on the male side. Education and money doesn't matter as much on the female side. That is a heterosexual relationship. And Black women like to put Black men in mentally homosexual relationships. Salute to BGS. I'm out. That he's going to take it home. Whatever I say, he can say it better. Peace.
Shout out to BGS. for pulling up. And I do understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying when he's talking about body, because it is an intelligent double standard. You know, and a lot of and what he's saying, Lauren, is when you say, well, wait a minute, men are the ones that's running up the body count. We should be about the same, don't you? You shouldn't have more than 5. Women should have more than 5. But you out there can screw a whole bunch of people. Then you're the ones that's making the women run it up. But then we start getting into the term of double standards, and I think that's what he's talking about. And I've always explained to people that I think it's an intelligent double standard because, for instance, women can you guys can arrange a gangbang in one night. You know, but for a guy to have sex with multiple women in 1 week, that's typically an accomplishment. But it's no big deal for a woman to be able to do that. Well, shout out to BGS. I appreciate you pulling up, big bro.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
I'm glad you're here.
just putting my toe in before I weigh in, because you know I am.
I know how you are. You know, we're talking about body count. That's been a high topic this past week. It was brought up originally by Lauren on her show. On the Lunch with Lauren, and Anton was on there, and they were discussing body count, and they were going back and forth. Lauren believes that body count shouldn't really matter as much, especially if men are the ones that's doing it.
It does matter. It does matter. Basically, there's a very good book called The Alchemy of Love and Lust by Teresa Crenshaw, right? She actually studied under Masters and Johnson, right? There's a biological reason why women should not have a high body count, okay? Because women chemically, through orgasm and through childbirth, they actually bond to their partner or their children. Okay, so when a woman has an orgasm, she releases binding chemicals throughout her whole body to actually bond to whatever partner that she's with. Okay, and what happens? It's like a drug. So what happens when you overuse a drug constantly? What happens to it? You build up a resistance to it, right? Okay, and they have scientifically proven after a certain amount of bodies that a woman has, she starts to lose her ability to bond, starts to weaken it, and that's physiological. That is, men don't have the same bonding chemicals that women have. Women are designed to bond to their partner and their children. And if you have a woman with a really high body count, she's gonna have a weak ability to bond to you and her children. That's how come guys instinctively avoid a woman with a high body count.
Okay, but so then here's the question, BGS.
Go ahead.
Here's the question. Then shouldn't men? Well, here's the question. It's from Lauren, and I'm sure she can say it in her own words. But do you believe that it's the men should be the ones that should kind of behave, since they're the ones that's having sex?
Let me clarify, Shannon, too, because I'm not saying that women should be off the hook. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that women should not be held accountable. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there is accountability on both ends. To Mr. Shanghai's point, sure, women should have a little a little sensor that goes off, and it's like, oh, I'm at 3. I should probably not talk to anybody. But here's the thing: it doesn't happen. Do you want to know why? Because the moment they meet a guy, he wines and dines her, does all this stuff, leads her to believe that it's going to be more than that. Men say you're boring when you ain't doing nothing. When you're reserved, you're boring. You got competition. You need to do, like, there's all this added pressures, right? So I'm not saying that women don't know how to control, or women, because there are women out here that are controlling their sexual desires. There are virgins out here. So again, I'm not saying that all women are like this, and I'm not saying that all men are like this, but these are actual situations that happen to real people, where they are in a situation where they're led to believe that, hey, this is somebody that I can see myself being with, or whatever, or however long they're talking, whatever. They just so happen to sleep with this guy, and this is number 4. Oops, I'm over 3. Shoot, now I'm not marriage material because I had one over. I fell for a guy who was selling me dreams, right? Like, I mean, it's just happening to people, right?
You know what I tell women? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All I want to say is just
go ahead.
Okay, I will say this, and actually, I'm gonna step off because BGS is here, so all I'm gonna say is this: at the end. At the end of the day,
right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, at the end of the day, it was her decision, right? I mean, at the end of the day, it was her decision, and like he said, like when the dopamine's lessened and you get postpartum depression, and now she's abusing your kid. This is why, right? Because promiscuous, a lot of sexual partners also relates to postpartum depression as well, and so I'll close with that. So it's her decision,
You
right?
got some hilarious closing, sir.
Where y'all getting
What-
this
You like try to
but-
drop a mic and run away, and you like ended on like the craziest.
Well, okay,
like,
I'll
okay.
stay. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can say my
Oh, no, there's a and Shannon can tell you this. There's because I counsel women, right? I've counseled, I had a channel for women for like 3 years, right? I counsel women. Why do I tell women never talk about more than 4 partners that she has? There's a very good reason, because a man, whether he marries you or not, he's automatically going to put you in a different category. Automatically. Automatically over 4. In fact, when I was young, an older woman told me the exact same thing. Never admit to more than 4 partners. In fact, I tell a woman, if you're gonna rather than telling your body count, talk about your top 4 partners, and that's what you talk about. So he doesn't actually wander into get curious about how many entanglements that you've had.
You just proved to me that body count doesn't matter because you're giving out.
Yes.
Yeah, you prove that no matter what, everyone's lying.
Because this is biological. Okay, this has nothing. This is all over the world. This has nothing to do with society. This is biological. Okay, in fact, black men are more accepting of higher body counts than any other race. Okay, they are. Black men are way more accepting.
I don't understand, right? I mean, black men are concuserves, right? So I don't even understand, right? A black man will you can have 1,000 bodies and find a black man to marry you.
Concu what?
Concubine and the serf. In other words, black men that service black women as far as sex. We and Shannon talked about this maybe 2-3 weeks ago, Shannon?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it always blows everybody's mind. Okay, let me ask you what the funk. Okay, when you were coming up,
listen, if y'all gonna start using all these educated words, y'all gotta cam up, because when Avatar start trying to do all this scientific shit,
ain't got to do nothing, man. You can go out and look it up. You can actually go out and look it up. Okay, you want me to explain the term or not?
No, are you a real person? That's all. Because I'm just saying, you making up words here.
I'm not.
No, actually, not making up a word. You don't know the word. WT, you got. You don't know it.
You know what concubine is, right?
I'm gonna say no. I know what a concubine is.
You know what a concubine is.
You know what it's okay. Actually, my good friend Dr. Tiasan Johnson, who actually is a professor of Africana Studies at Fresno State. Look him up. Okay,
the professor of making up random black words. Yes, I've heard of him.
No. He actually coined the phrase. It's not a random word. It's actually combining 2 words.
He went to the school of Jesse Jackson. Who's the founder of.
No, he actually went to the school. He actually graduated from the Temple University in Africana Studies. Right?
The school of Temple of what?
Listen. Stop. Listen. Don't. Let's not derail. Hold on, you guys. Don't derail the conversations. I like intelligent conversations over here. And so, like, throwing that WT, chill on throwing that stuff back. Let him land what he's gonna say, so we can have an intelligent conversation. Feel free to land it. Because we're not going back and forth. Doesn't serve
okay. A concuserf, as Dr. John says, is because the way black men serve black women in what I call the gynocracy, right? Ruled by women. We were actually taught to serve our women sexually, physically, emotionally, and with our labor, right? Because it used to boggle my mind when I hear white dating coaches tell white men that a white woman's sexual orgasm is not important. Okay, and it blew my mind, because as a black man, I have never been taught that. A black woman's orgasm is the utmost, and we can't make her orgasm, we feel less than a man. Okay, that's becoming a concubine to her. You're there for her sexual pleasure. That's what a concubine is. You're there for somebody's sexual pleasure. And we are taught to give black women sexual pleasure. And if we don't, we get a bad name. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah.
No, of course
that's part of that. That's part of the term that you created. That's sign. Isn't that the sign language though? And is it fair? So if a man is not putting it down, if a man is, because I think you were talking about this. Somebody was on Bernard Riley's show this morning. They were talking about it. I think it was Obsidian, and they were saying how it was Mr. Fantastic brought it up, and Obsidian had co-signed saying that black women are putting sexual importance above all else. Mm-hmm. As explained by Jada Pinkett. You can be a man that makes $20 million a movie. You can be worth $400 million. You can be the man. You can have everything and do everything that you're supposed to do, but if you ain't pleasing a black woman in the bed, then you ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
And so many women are traveling internationally to go make sure that they. I mean, when Stella got her groove back, it wasn't because the young boy was fucking stimulating her mind. You know, it's a sexual thing, and black women, above all, are the ones that put that at the highest pedestal, more important than just, you know, the things that should actually matter and that makes a relationship sustain. And it's weird because after menopause, women don't want to have sex no damn way anyway. So it's almost like, why are y'all putting something that's gonna only last for a few years on the highest pedestal, and you're trying to select the men or lose the men or divorce the men that you have over something that you're not even gonna be interested in doing after you 50 any goddamn way. But the ConcuServe thing is a thing. It's like, you know, like BG just said, women will shame a motherfucking man if you ain't putting it down. It's all in the music. It's all in. Are you giving head long enough? What's your tongue game like? You know, it goes on and on and on. From black women, particularly.
Ask City dating coach, because I'm trying to remember her name. She was actually a matchmaker, and she said the same thing. There's been about 5 black matchmakers said the exact same thing, that women put sexuality and looks above anything else. That's what they choose for first, and then everything else comes after that. As a whole, we're not saying each individual one, but as a whole. And that's the problem that they have. They have great guys, great jobs, great intellect, great education, but how does he look? And can he put the smack down on them?
Lauren?
And that's the disqualifier.
Lauren, when you get around your girl circles and you guys are and the ladies are talking and you guys are having conversations, is sex and how he puts it down in the bedroom one of the main things, one of the top priority requirements that women have?
In my friend group, no, we don't talk about that. I mean, y'all can put cap if y'all want.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
No, honestly, it's probably like the second or third, but it's not the number one thing, honestly.
What's the number one
What's
thing?
number one?
It's definitely not sex. I can tell you that.
Well, no, what is number one?
Like, number one is like, is he showing like is he a bum? Like, what? Like for real? Who's paying for stuff? Do he got a job? Like, why is he sleeping at your house? Do he not got business to tend to? Like,
guess what surf means? That's the working part. Money looks sex, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The slave.
That's a ConcuServe. That's a ConcuServe. Yes.
Okay.
Real quick, you guys. Real quick. I want to give a shout out to RCC72. Go ahead. Let me give a shout out to RCC72 for the super chat. He says it should be available. You're not supposed to flood the market. We're talking about something else. I got to start giving these super chats out when they come in and not.
Yeah, I think it's part the punani. It's not supposed to flood the market. That's what he's trying to say. But the thing is, the reason. This is the point I actually wanted to get to before that. My main point is the reason that after 1970.
Lauren got a gray hair. What happened, Lauren? You gonna be okay?
WT, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Don't do that, man. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that.
All right, man. No problem.
You just interrupted right in the middle of his sentence.
Okay.
Right, go ahead, BTS.
In other words, and I'll be brief and then I'll jump off, man. Okay. Janet Yellen actually did a essay in 1996, right after Bill Clinton passed the last welfare bill, right? He talked about the shotgun marriage and what happened in 1970 after the bill in abortion was actually put in. You actually delinked procreation from sex. Okay, so what the limiting factor used to be before the pill is that a woman, if she has sex, she risks getting pregnant. So that cut down on the amount of partners she would have because it actually upped the risk of her getting pregnant because there was nothing limiting on it, right? So they cut down the amount of partners. And back then with shotgun marriage, basically the old saying is if you break it, you buy it, right? So if you get pregnant by a dude, basically that becomes your husband. That limits the amount of partners that you have, okay? If you cut that out, right, delink sex from procreation, then women can have as many partners as they want because there's little to no penalty for having as many partners as they want. As long as you take a pill or you careful with your sexuality, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a baby. There is no limit to it. So, and then right after that, since there's no limit to sex, and you can have as much sex as you want because there's no limit to it. Men a few years later said, guess what? If there's no consequences for you, why should I marry you? Okay. The reason I married you is because I had sex. You're gonna have a baby, and we have to make a family. To actually procreate this family. Now, since there is no penalty for it, and you can have as much sex as you want, guess what? I'm not paying the ultimate price for having sex with you, so I can have as much sex as I want. As long as you're willing to give it to me, I'm willing to take it, and that's basically what happens. So there's a big difference. That's how comes the amount of body count just went up astronomically over the past 40 years.
And the ultimate price being marriage, asking for a woman's hand in marriage.
Yes, yes.
Investing into a woman. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Clement Gray. Clement Gray hit me with a super chat. Let me read these super chats. Get these off real quick. He says, the more they sleep with, the more problems you deal with when you marry her. The more they sleep with, the more problems you deal with when you marry her. You must take deliverance. Why do you think these women act so wildly today? And then we have another one from JT Coins. He says, hello to the panel in the chat. Shout out to JT Coin Rings. I appreciate your support of the channel, man. You gave a super chat. You didn't have to do that, but you did it anyway. And then let me hit Clement Gray with another super chat. He says, it's biblically proven and biologically proven, the more men women lay with, the men's DNA is left inside them. So
there are studies that say that. There are studies.
That's what Shanghai came in. Shanghai came in with the studies from before. Right. And then RG. Hold on. Let me get these super chats off. RG says, women really only see men as money or sexual gratification. Ooh. Oh, that's that's
CompuServe. That's CompuServe.
Those are shots fired. RG saying women. RG's basically saying women really only see men as money or sexual gratification. What else is there?
Wallet or a penis. And you're a black man.
What else is there?
So I mean, it's rare where science and religion agree, but science and religion agree on this point when it comes to body count. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? The data says it, religion says it, and we can see it in the social interactions with men and women.
I did a video actually, God, it's got to be 5-6 years ago. Why a woman's sexual history matters. Go ahead, baby.
I just have a question, and this is probably 5 minutes ago, Mr. Shanghai said that women with a high body count are more likely to experience postpartum depression. If you could drop that link somewhere for me to see, because I really am curious to see where that data is coming from, seeing as though not all women experience postpartum depression, and in some cases doctors don't even know. Like it can come sporadically. The fact that it's correlated to the number of men someone slept with is just that's insane.
Well, BGS mentioned it before when you talk about the dopamine. In all of these studies, you're not going to get 100%, but you'll get the overwhelming majority. You'll get somewhere between 70-80%, and I will happily drop it in the chat. Not a problem.
Yeah, I actually recommended that book to young teenage girls, that Teresa Crenshaw, The Alchemy of Love and Lust, where she actually breaks down. There's like 40 different chemicals that cause women to bond, and it's usually released highest when doing childbirth and orgasm. That's when you feel. Right. That's why hey Shannon, I used to tell players. I said, if you with a girl the first time and she orgasms, don't hug up with her and fall asleep with her. Get up so she doesn't bond to you. Because if you lay there, you go to sleep, you lay there, she's gonna bond to you, and you're gonna have problems. You won't
be able to get rid of her. You won't be able to get rid of her.
You can ask for problems
if you make her, fellas. So this is an old school. This is what I was taught back in the 80s when I first started having sex.
Can
if
y'all
you make
hear
her come,
yeah.
Hey, Dwayne, you back? Okay, give me a quick second. So, fellas, I was told by my OGs from the 60s and the 70s when I started having sex I graduated high school in '89 at 16 years old. I lost my virginity that summer, and I was told if you make a woman come too soon, stop and run, because if you make her come too soon, you'll never get rid of her. Now, If you're having sex and it progresses and eventually that happens, then cool. But if you do it right off the top, you ain't gonna ever be able to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, she gonna
Lauren. Lauren's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm just telling you what I'm just telling you what the OGs told me, Lauren. If you make a woman come too soon, you got a problem on your hands.
She getting that game tonight. You getting that OG game right now. You getting that OG pimping.
I'm gonna leave y'all to this. I'm gonna let the man have a conversation because
I'm gonna leave you. No, you're the guest.
No. I just called in like y'all, but I think hearing it from a woman's perspective, and I hear it for the third, fourth time I done said it since I've been up here. I'm not arguing it. I'm not saying that there is no transfer of energy, spirits, whatever, or any type of DNA that comes from a man to a woman when she has sex with a man. I'm not saying that. I actually agree with that. The thing that I came up here to talk about, and I feel like, it gets more and more into the biological and all that stuff. What I came up here to talk about is the number is the number. She cannot change the number. So with the said number, are we saying that this particular woman is doomed for any type of successful relationship?
No. Before you get there, because that's gonna be the wrap up. Hold on, let me do this. Mr. BGS, you got supporters in the audience, bro. For the BGS tax, Mr. Meach gave the BGS tax. I appreciate you, Mr. Meach, for supporting the and then we also have no one. Never go to a 92's homecoming if you don't know her body count. If you don't want to know it. That's a 92. That's a 92 octane. I'm assuming he's talking about. Don't go to a 90. You got there's an octane level. We can explain that on another time. But he's basically saying don't go to a 92's homecoming if you don't know what her body count is.
Yes, especially the college. Yeah.
But so here's a question. Here's a question in BGS and in Shanghai. Let's talk to Lauren about this before Lauren taps out or checks out because she has to go soon. I think she had mentioned. But here's the thing. So you got certain classes of men. And so last night, Lauren, you asked, so are you, because you asked before you ended your show last night, Lauren, you asked everybody on the panel, are you saying that a woman is not marriageable or otherwise marriage material if she has a high body count? And you went around and some men said no. I answered, yes, she is still marriageable. But the reason why I said that is because who is she marrying? See, right now your argument is why are men out there saying, you think it's disingenuous, you think it's not cool that men are out there saying that women just are all hope is lost. Because you had sex at 14, 15, or maybe you had bad guidance or you had a bad childhood or you grew up in the hood and didn't know and niggas was running trains on you and then you came out of that. Suddenly now you're off the market for being married. My thing to you is this. Most women want, as Kevin Samuels considers, a high value man. Most women want a guy that's he looks a certain way, he makes a certain amount of money, he does certain things in the community, and that's what she wants. And if most women, 80% of women want that 10% of man, what are the women bringing to what value do those women have to those men? If those men are asking for high body count women, then you are delusional. That's what we are saying, that what is delusional. Now, I'm not saying that these women with a high body count can't get married. I'm just saying that they're going to end up marrying Pookie. They end up marrying Ray Ray because high value men want to invest into something that they know that they're getting a return on their investment. And if somebody comes in and saying, I'm marrying, I think somebody on your show mentioned, what's the chick name with Slut Walk? She's my friend, and I can't even think of her name right now. God damn. Amber Rose. Amber Rose. Amber Rose got married to Wiz Khalifa, but Wiz was only 26 when he married her. He didn't know any better, and that didn't last long. Then we start talking about Mia Khalifa, the porn star. She got married, but she just got a divorce 2 months ago. That didn't last. So the question to you, Shanghai, the question to Dwayne, I know you want to come up and talk about a few things, Dwayne, and to you, BGS, is do you guys believe that women that have a very promiscuous past is now, and I'm saying something like, let's not say hundreds. Let's say she slept with 50 dudes. She's still in her 20s, but she slept with 50 guys. You know, a few guys here, a few guys there, some guys from high school, some guys from college. The homie around the corner in the neighborhood, they were experimenting.
Yeah, she a
did a whole
jump
lot of
around
stuff.
chick.
Unfortunately, it's more typical than we would like to even imagine.
Yeah, I mean that's normal.
So 50 guys, 50 men.
guys. Yeah,
50 men, 50 different, 50 different penises inside her penis. Is she marriageable?
Yes.
Yes, she.
Okay.
I would. Yes, she. Look, niggas
So a very
ain't
low
turning
value
down
man,
a fat
but yeah.
ass and pretty face. Niggas are not turning down a fat ass and pretty face.
Will she
Right, as
admit
much as
this?
we-
Will she admit it though?
well, let me get this out real
second.
quick. As much as men complain about Ciara, who ain't going to marry Ciara if they had the chance? Baby and all. As much as we talk shit about Russell Wilson, we will all do the same. Like black people love talking shit. We love talking shit. At the end of the day, 90% of all the men who talk shit about Ciara will wife her up. So, in short, Lauren, it don't matter. Yes, they can still get married. Pretty face, fat ass niggas don't turn it down. Real talk.
Me and Shannon, know we're right next door to Porn Valley. We know more than a few
Chatsworth
famous people. Yeah, famous people with high body counts that are married and get married.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fetish, but thing is, they can get married. It's just to whom.
Right. We like black
but
men
it does,
don't have
but
standards
it does lower your value though. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. So yes, Lauren, if you understand where I'm coming from, yes, that's the reason why I said yes. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom for the woman that's out there that's been promiscuous and because because a lot of times we have to look at the psychological reason as to why you have so many sexual partners. What happened? What made you have that much sex with that many men? And then now you want to marry me who make $500,000 a year. It's like, why would I want if I'm making $500,000 a year and I can provide this particular lifestyle for somebody, why would I want somebody who's probably making bad decisions all her life? And what has changed since then? Is she still a bad decision maker? Is she going to be is she going to be able to take care of the estate better? Is Rawls Enterprises going to be protected?
I was following you until we made that jump. Like, if she made bad decisions in her 20s, is she still a bad decision maker? Like, that just kind of made me laugh.
She is.
Reason being,
I can really go in on that too, but anyway.
The reason
go ahead,
being,
Lauren.
Is I hear you. Would you say, like, if you used to be something, like, and you've been delivered, there's always going to be like some little remnants or whatever. I hear that argument, right? Okay. But there's the point I was trying to make when I was talking to Anton, and I said back on Lunch with Lauren on Instagram and then even on YouTube when we revisited the conversation, was what information can you get, like, in terms of, because he was like, what if she needs therapy, or she need, like, not therapy, well, I need to know all of these different things. And I'm like, well, how come you can't learn that through therapy? You can't learn that through conversation. I don't know how an arbitrary number can lead someone down to jump to so many conclusions about somebody. Like, that to me, if you really are intent on getting to know someone and understanding them and seeing them for them, I don't know how somebody can throw a number at you and be like, based on this number, I can tell you used to be this. Like, what? That is a total jump. Whereas you can actually have a conversation with someone. I'm pretty sure they would disclose to you all the things that you just said. I went through this as a child. This happened to me. And as a result, blah, blah, blah. Because why they did the work, which is how they probably caught your attention in the first place. Because they actually had to do the work to change, right? So I'm just saying, like, there's some work that actually happens in some women, not all. Some women actually do the work, but I'm just again, I'm not out here
Can I ask you a question, right? Because to a high value man like Shannon that has colleagues and associates and stuff like that, is a woman's sexual history and her sexual reputation, is that going to ding his reputation for marrying her?
She doesn't have a reputation as well. Like, you know what I mean?
No. What I'm asking that.
What about isms? No. What about him?
But he's making
what about isms?
No. I just asked. I
hear you, but the question was riddled in an assumption that this woman, all she had to offer was her looks and her sex.
No. That doesn't mean that all she has to offer. I ask. Is because to a high value man, his reputation to his colleagues is very important, and
absolutely.
Say if a woman had a wild sexual past and she's known, especially in that town, him marrying her, does that put a ding on his reputation? You can say yes or no. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm sure it would if she's not transparent about that. But
Even if
again,
she is transparent.
But again, it's less about a number and more about the who, right? He gives a number, he's still not going to know who.
No. Let her finish. I want to hear what she has to say.
Boy.
Yeah, no, after you finish, can I respond? After apologies.
And Dwayne hasn't gotten in yet.
All right, y'all, go ahead.
No. I wanted you had it. You said. I just wanted an answer to that because at a certain level, like I call them corporate and above, right? Their reputations are really, really, really important to them.
Correct.
So that's what I'm asking. It was if you marry a woman, she could be beautiful as all get out. She'd be the best person in the world, but she's got 75 bodies on her, and basically she's been associated with a lot of people that friends of your colleagues, and they know her as such. Does their reputation put a ding on his reputation for marrying her?
It could. Yes, it could. I'll repeat what I just said. Where again, this conversation started with a number. If she were to give a number, that's still not going to help him make a determination. He's going to need to know the who. So I think men are perhaps asking the wrong questions, not a number, because again, a number is just a number. You could perhaps ask who. Hey, you know the circles I roll with. Did you mess with any? Like the questions is what matter, is what I'm saying. So to answer your question, I did answer your question that yes, his reputation could be, impacted. Absolutely.
So let's talk about proximity, because you said the who matters. So here's a question, Lauren. Do you believe that a woman who was promiscuous in Florida, down in South Beach, she was doing her thing to the point where everybody knew her, and then suddenly she came to light. She became born again Christian. Everything was new, but she couldn't become born again fresh in Florida, so she packed up her shit and she moved to Los Angeles. Nobody knows. Nobody knows about this woman in LA. Because in Florida, she was the hoe of the town. Everybody knew her. She was at all the hotels. She was at all the concerts. She was everybody. She was got ran through like a motherfucker. She was just living a fast life. Maybe she had a bad childhood. I don't know. But she got things together. She got her nursing degree, and she moved to LA. And now she's a nurse. Now she's out
women
here.
That did this.
And she didn't. Now she's not who she used to be. Now she's 32 years old. Let's say she did all of that in her 20s. Now she's 32 years old. She's a young nurse out here in Los Angeles. Are you saying, and this is a question for the fellas too, but I want to hear from Lauren, that her whole sexual history is irrelevant because of who she is now to the man that she's going to meet?
No, it's not irrelevant.
It is relevant. So you're saying that it's irrelevant. Her history is relevant of what she was doing in Miami, Florida.
Correct.
Okay, that's interesting. Fellas, what do you guys think?
I agree with it. It is very relevant.
But again, it's not the number; it's the who. This number is not going to serve him anything. Like just knowing the number alone is not going to help him. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
At what point does a number is not relevant? Is it 20? Is it 50? Is it 100? Is it 200? At what point is it not relevant?
That's the point I'm trying to make. Is a number?
Good question, BJ.
Listen. Is the number, so for example, we're having a conversation, you say, what's your sexual history like? And he's like, oh, well, I've had sex with 40 people. Mm-hmm. Again, the statement 40 people does nothing for you, because you need to ask more in-depth questions, right? It's more about
to men it matters.
But again, what are you going to do with the number 40? What are you going to do with the number 40?
That's what I said. That's why I tell black women, but I tell women, period, never mention more than 4, because it puts you in a different category psychologically. Men can deny it. He might even still marry you, but it puts you in a different category.
Sir, okay, aside from the rule that you tell people, because not a lot of people know your rule, people are out here creating numbers.
So Lauren, you're saying basically, what difference does it make?
That's what I'm saying. That's why. Okay. So why does it matter? again, the number is just a number. You even said it yourself, right? Don't disclose no numbers. Just talk about
Yeah,
4 and leave it at
yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
number is not the issue. It's the who that really matters to men. It's the who and the proximity. So
No,
for example,
no.
hold on. It's like, for example, if you are in the the tech sector, right?
Uh-huh.
You would probably be more curious if she's smashed anybody in the same sector or field of work as you. If you're a high value man,
Not
you want to
true.
know. Probably don't care
Not
if she
true.
smashed no man
Let her finish.
down the street.
Let her finish.
You probably don't care if she smashed the grocery store
Yes.
backer.
This is worse.
This-
That's
yo,
worse. That's worse.
Again,
So
in her
Lauren,
20s
let
is
me-
what I'm saying. In
That's
her
worse.
20s. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my God.
That's worse.
So listen, Lauren, I
me-
see, and this is what Mr. Shanghai was trying to explain to you, that a lot of times women tend to expect men to have the same level of thinking that they do. Because what you're saying is, and I don't know if you're noticing it, that you're saying, well, men believe this, and it's like, no, women believe that. Men don't believe that. You saying, well, it doesn't matter as long as he doesn't care if he smashed the pool boy. He only cares if he smashes his colleague at work or in his sector. No, love. Let me tell you, it matters to us if you smash somebody that we'll never meet, never know, is in a completely different city, different state than us. We don't know nothing about him, and we'll never cross paths with him. Oftentimes, we do care if it's local because, like in Hollywood, for instance, I don't want to go to a movie, to my boy's movie premiere, and then and bring a girl with me, and then I don't know that the homies in the room smashed. That matters. I get what you're saying. I don't want to fucking present a woman and all the homies is like, oh, my nigga Shannon brought this bitch. He don't know that we turned her up last summer. I need to know that because it's like, yo, now you messing with my honor, right? And that's where honor killings and all that kind of stuff comes in. I get that. We're not even talking on that level. Men do care, Lauren, about the number, and we do care about the men that we'll never meet, never know about.
Okay,
Now,
I hear you.
allow
But I
me-
think what I'm trying to get,
explain something.
what I'm trying to understand, because I'm not trying to convince men otherwise. I'm trying to get an understanding. What I'm trying to understand is, why do you care? If it's not about
Okay,
proximity,
allow
it's
me
not
to-
about the name, why does the number matter so much?
Okay,
Go ahead, Shanghai. Go ahead.
Let me explain it. Okay, so
Was that Dwayne?
what
Okay,
you
go.
do and what do you do and what you do and what you practice turns into habit. So if you've been out here with 50, 75, right? That's a habit, right? And habits are hard to turn off and are hard to beat. And then
But she's
also we
30,
also
35
enter
now.
into the record that it's a physiological situation, right? So you're always going to be chasing that dopamine. You're always going to be chasing that dopamine. So, for example, if you're with a guy or if some girl who has a high body count, who it's harder for her to orgasm, if that guy ain't going to do it, her husband ain't going to do it, she's going to go eventually, right? The thirst. She's going to go somewhere else to get that dopamine eventually. And that's why it matters. Right? Because it's a physiological situation, as BGS explained, right? And it matters, right? And then also it goes to your practices. It goes to your sexual practices. If you have a sexual practice of sleeping with 75 men, that's a habit, right? You don't just turn that off. And to say, oh, I did that in the past, right? But now I'm different. Lauren, that's not fair. That's not fair, right?
That's the thing that kills me, right? Like,
wait, hold on, Dwayne. I'm gonna pass it to you because Dwayne has been super patient, and Dwayne is a supporter of the channel. He always supports, but I do want to give a shout out to BL, who says, "I get what Lauren is saying." BL in the chat and gave a super chat. Thank you for the support, man. I get what Lauren is saying. It's not the number, the actual number. It's the circumstances that's behind those numbers, is what BL is trying to say. That Lauren is saying. And two, women can have the same body count, but accomplished in different ways. So BL is like saying, as he's listening to Lauren, he's saying he kind of understands where she's coming from. And then I also want to give a shout out to, Sorrel is here. I'm finally, Sorrel, you haven't pulled up to my show. I'm glad you're here. Sorrel is awesome. She has a wonderful show too. And thank you for the Canadian $10 super chat. She says, Great topic. That's all. She just came to bless the channel so much. I appreciate you so much, Sorrel. Thank you for pulling up. Hey, Dwayne, the mic is yours, man. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient. I know that you disagreed with something that Lauren had said earlier. We may have moved on to the topic, but you can certainly circle back to that, and then you can go ahead and respond like you were getting ready to.
Where do I start, bro? All right, Lauren, this assumption that, okay, these men that are just having sex with these women out here is giving them the numbers. My grandmother taught me something very early on. She said, for every man that you see, or the few men that you see, that may be womanizers, and it seems like they can just get any woman they want, no matter when, where, how. For every man that's like that, it's 1,000 that's not. And most women are never going to choose from the 1,000 that's not. Most women are turned on by a man that can get any woman he wants. That's something women are never just upfront about. They can sit back and say whatever they want to say. No, they're not giving them. The women are sleeping with a lot of the same guys. I think stats can prove that as well. Like, it's a small number of men, even in the Black community, that's having all the babies. So you can't say it's all these guys that are just like womanizers and giving out the numbers. That's next to impossible. My grandmother would always say 75% of the country, as far as men is concerned, is not even savvy with women. It's way too many divorces. It's way too many guys getting ran through in court. They're not that savvy with women. It's very few guys that just know their way in and out of a woman like that. Very few. That's like the number one thing. The second thing is, like, it's easy for a woman to get sex. It don't take her nothing to get sex. So in other words, she doesn't have like conquest. She has offerings. And if she's offering herself up to like half the town, she's pretty much saying I'm low value because I offer the best part of myself for very little. That's really what's being said. So yes, it does. The number does matter because, okay, let's say she sleeps with 40, but if she's only had like 9 like serious relationships, but she done slept with 40 men, oh yeah, I need to know like what went on, like what was really going on. Was it hot girl summer? Was you down there in Jamaica doing your thing down there? Like what's going on? So yeah, a man should know if he's putting himself on the line, he considers you for marriage and so on and so on. So no, the men you're talking about are very, very few men that get it like that. Very few. Hell, you can listen around here on YouTube, and what are most men complaining about? Like, women don't really give me a chance like that. They after the Pookies, they after the Ray Rays, or they after this type of guy. So there's no way it's this many men that are just giving all these women that many numbers. No,
it's a small percentage of men that's out there that's doing this. It's a lot of guys that are childless. It's a lot of guys that aren't even having sex, especially the millennials. Especially the millennials. I think only 50% of the millennials are even having sex on the male side. The women are getting it in.
This goes to BGS and even Ron Wills. They talked about a thing called the womb imprint. And the one thing I took from Ron Wills, he was saying the very first 3 to 4 men that women sleep with is very important. That's something I took from him because I had never heard it before. Especially if one of those men made her orgasm. Because even to the guys on the panel, right? Let's say you made a girl orgasm. If y'all break up, whatever reason you break up, but if you see her next time or down the road, like she kind of has a guy that's shaped like you, same color as you, kind of build like you, like that orgasm does something to a woman. But women never really talk about that. Like they try to downplay it because they get in their 30s or north of 30 and feel like I'm a changed woman. So I'm not the woman I was in my 20s. That may be true, but you're usually a changed woman because you're getting old. That's really what it boils down to. Like, my grandmother called him 12 to 5 man. She don't call him Pookies and Ray Rays. She called him the 12 to 5 man. So
we used to call him in the military. We called him Jody.
Yeah, the baby boy.
So but Lauren, listen,
y'all guys got
I hear what you're saying. I get it. You're saying, look, what difference does it make? But oftentimes, especially with men of value, men of means, when they have something to invest in a woman, they want to make sure that the investment is going to be worthy. You know, again, you hear it all the time in these spaces that men are cost benefit calculators. And so where you say you lost me was when I said, well, her decision making was poor young, so will she still be making those decisions later on? But I think what you were trying to say is, yeah, but these women will be reformed. They'll be completely different people. They're gonna
She's
be completely
assuming
different
that.
people. How she was when she was ripping and running the streets in her 20s is not gonna be how she moves in her 30s.
Man,
You know
stop.
what? That's actually no. In a broad scale of life, that's actually true. We all change, but sexually speaking, rarely does that change.
That's what I
Sexually
was getting at,
speaking,
Shan. That's what I was getting at.
sexually
Can I
speaking,
add
rarely
something?
does that change. Go ahead.
Can
They
I
may
would like
add,
to add
matter of
something?
fact, they may add on. They'll add on to what they like sexually if they meet the right man. Like,
So I want like I understand rehabilitation. I really do understand rehabilitation. But the problem is that when we're talking about sex, it goes down to animalistic nature, where rationale doesn't always win the day. And when we're talking about high value men, as Shannon is talking about, you also competing against the environment. So, like for example, where I'm at, 60% of the population are still virgins before they get married. So why would I choose a woman with a high body count when I have ample enough women who don't even have who didn't even had one person yet? You see what I'm saying? So environment does matter. And then when we're talking about rehabilitation, but with sex, like Shannon said, it doesn't play out that way. Yes, you can be rehabilitated, but unfortunately, we just don't see it play out in real time in the real world. So, I get your point. Like, second chances. I do get that, and I feel you on that. However, just sometimes you can't get a second chance. And if I was a black woman, I'll make a shout out to the younger black women and say, there's some mistakes that you can't recover from. And the high body count, unfortunately, is just one of those mistakes you can't recover from. So educate, let women know that, hey, this is something real, even if you're reformed, because hurt people hurt other people. So, reform or
See,
not,
that's the thing.
I will not
That's
take
the
a
thing,
stand on
Shanghai. I think the women do know. I think they do know. Women, it's almost like to say that they don't know by the time they're 18 is ridiculous. I think they do know. They just the way it's being
But at
sold
18,
to them.
at 18, they got 10 bodies already from high school and middle school, right? They out here at 13 doing the damn
that's
thing.
because Shanghai, that's because women have sex with who they choose. Men have sex with who they can. They figure that power out very,
Facts,
very
facts.
early.
All right,
They
so
figure that power out very early.
Wait, we got incoming. We got bombs coming in. They're flying in. Mr. Meat says, Lauren. He says, ask her if mileage and having been a rental matters when it comes to selling a car. So Lauren, what he's doing is he's asking when it
I've
comes
heard
to.
this analogy before.
Okay,
That
do you?
absolutely matters. But again, I really don't. Hate this comparison. I hate this.
Why?
Yeah, because
So
people are not.
it matters. So people aren't cars, but let's talk about the mileage side. So mileage for a man, sexual, how many times that you've been pounded, taking the pound town, shouldn't matter to a man, in your opinion?
You can stop doing that. And before you go on, I just find it very, very funny, right? How earlier you said, Lauren, you're trying to speak for the man, and here we just had
No,
men
you
speak for
trying to
women.
speak for the underdog.
Hold on. Earlier,
Oh! You talk about when I was saying that the same mindset. Okay, go ahead, lay it on me.
you're trying to speak for the man. We're trying to tell you how men think. Whereas we just had Mr. Shanghai, I don't even know if it was Dwayne speaking, but somebody was speaking and saying this is what women have a choice. Women do this. So now y'all are experts on women. Got it. Understood. I'm gonna let y'all have that because it's your platform. So I'm not gonna debate that. But just be clear. You have a woman on this platform to tell you what it's like from a woman's perspective as it relates to
But
choices.
No, let her finish because she's talking. No. Let her finish. Go ahead.
Let him finish. Right. I'm all about listening.
No. What Lauren, you're talking about me in the platform. I don't recall anybody saying this is how women think.
He just said women have a choice or something. Women choose.
No.
You
have access to sex. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, but Lauren, that's a common sense statement. Women choose who they sleep with.
That's not talking about what women think. Yeah.
We're not talking about what women
Lauren,
think. That's a
like
fact.
what do you mean? Because let her finish. Because I want to see like what actually she
Mr.
means.
Shankai, hold on. Mr. Shankai, hold on. Lauren, I'm gonna break something to you right now. My uncle was an ex-pimp. The things I've seen, that's one of the first rules. Women choose the man. Women choose the man, period. That's for that. That has nothing to do with me telling you how women think. That is a fact.
You choose, Lauren. I'm not telling you how you think, but you choose who you have sex with.
Yeah,
period.
women.
We all want. Everybody in the chat want to have sex. All the men here would have no problem having sex with you, Lauren. You get to select who. That's not us telling you how women think. That's just the reality.
Now, what
you
I
get
will
to sit
say,
back and say,
okay. Now on the other, just put the shoe on the other foot. Just because a lot of men want to have sex with you, Lauren, that doesn't mean every man is sexable. So it's the same thing with men. Just because a man been with a lot of women, that doesn't mean every woman is lovable. It's the same thing. Just because a bunch of dudes want to have sex with you, that doesn't mean all the dudes is sexable. That goes back to you choosing.
I hear you. I do.
Real quick.
That's all I'm saying. I wasn't trying to tell women how to think.
Listen, we got a super chat from No One. Is Jada Pinkett Smith rehabilitated? If we're going to do whataboutisms, women use numbers as well. 6-pack, 6 figures, etc. Is Jada Pinkett Smith rehabilitated? Is there such thing as sexual rehabilitation? Do you believe that there's such thing as sexual rehabilitation, Lauren? I know you speak for the underdog, and I know that that's why I preface this for everybody that's watching this show. If you didn't catch it from the very beginning, this whole show was predicated upon a discussion that Lauren had at her show last night, and she's been talking about this over the last week, at least 4 times that she's mentioned. And the thing about Lauren is she speaks for the underdogs, and she's speaking for women specifically who may not be the same women they were when they were younger, but still are looking for marriage. But men are out here saying, I ain't marrying nobody that had a high body count. And so Lauren is like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't even make sense. And so that's what she's speaking to and championing for tonight. So I appreciate you, Lauren. But my question to you is there a such thing as sexual rehabilitation for women?
I don't know. I haven't done too much research into sexual rehabilitation. What I do know is that people change, people grow, and people evolve in terms of decision making, right? Or in terms of in terms of decision making, in terms of whatever else people like to put in the category of how women have sex or whatever, right? I feel like people do change. And so in terms of sexual rehabilitation, like in what way? Like in terms of...
Well, Drea Michelle. I don't know if you guys all know who Drea Michelle is. She's from, I think, Basketball Wives of LA. She's dating an NFL player from Texas. I forget his name, but he's worth a bunch of bread. She has a baby with a rapper, and she has a clothing line. I know her through the fashion side. I don't know her personally, but I followed her journey through fashion. She started a clothing line called Fine Ass Girls, and then she ended up with what is Mint Swim. And when she dropped her Mint Swim brand, it was like a phenomenon because I have a swimmer line as well. And when she dropped that, she did really well with that. But then she did an interview and she said that women can basically erase their wholeness. They can, in fact, rehabilitate themselves. You may have once been a hoe, but you're not always a hoe. You know how they say once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic? Drea says that that's not the case when it comes to women. You could have been a hoe through all your 20s, but when you get to your 30s, you can erase that and become a completely different woman. Whether it's going to church, or whether you just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be different, or maybe it's through some actions. I don't know. And so, and when she said that, the whole internet blew up. It's like, what do you mean? So, it was a divide. And so that's why I'm asking you, do you believe that is it once a hoe, always a hoe, or once a hoe and I'm no longer a hoe, I'm clean. I'm sober of my whole ways. And in fact, I shouldn't be judged for any of that. I probably don't even need to talk. I have been rehabilitated. I have been rehabilitated sexually.
Okay, to answer your question, do I think you can erase your whole phase? No, it's there. Like, again, the numbers are the numbers. It happened. Okay, what you do with it moving forward is what matters. Are people going to judge you based on your numbers? Sure, but does that mean you have to like put that label on your back and walk around like I'm a hoe? Like, what? If that's what a woman wants to do, she could do that. But I would be like, look, this if that were me, I would be like, yo, like this is who I was, but this is who I am. You decide which one you'd like to accept, and if you choose the latter, okay, I'm just not the one for you. I don't. So to there's some truth to her statement, but not all the way true. I do not agree with the whole you can erase your whole phase. Like, no, it's there. You did it. Own it.
So it's not like a credit report where it falls off after 7 years.
No.
It's on there forever. It's on your Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion credit report forever. I got you. I hear you.
It is. It's just a matter of like how you respond to it or whatever, right? Like the point I'm trying to make is, and I'm really gonna hop off because this is just, I'm gonna let the men rock on this. Is women can change, and that does not mean that you have to not. That does not mean that the whole phase didn't matter. It absolutely does matter, but it's how they deal with it that does, right? You just
I know you fighting for the underdog. I know. Listen, I get it.
No, Shannon, it's not that I'm fighting for the underdog. I just want to clear up the narrative because I've talked to a few women who are listening to these narratives and they feel like crap. They feel like there's no coming back. So what do? They continue to just be like, well, I don't have a future. I'm not going to do this. Like they're actually believing these statements that are being made. And I hear you. There's one-offs where you have a grandfather that raised you well, or your grandmother did this, or you got an uncle and an aunt, like all this. There are one-offs where there are some good men out there, absolutely, that are not repeating this statement. But there are some women who are just like, what the heck? So I was just, me bringing up that question and posing that question last night on the show was just to get an understanding, right? So that for the people who feel like, shoot, I may have too many people on my list, then is there hope for me? Shoot, I don't know.
And tell them say talk to come to Shan. Point in my direction, and I'll let them know that there is hope for you. There is absolutely hope for you. Every whether you had sex with 10 men, whether you had sex with 50, 100, ladies, I'm talking to you. If you had sex with 50, you had sex with 100, you had sex with 200 men. I don't care if you're a porn star, you're in the thousands. There is hope for you to find love and to have a wonderful, long-lasting relationships. The odds lessen, but here's the thing, and this is to Lucky, because Lucky asked earlier. She said, Shannon, I saw her a question in the chat. She said, if they're not high value, they're pookie. So if they're not high value, they're automatically pookie. The answer is no, Lucky. It's a sliding scale. I'm going to the extremes. High value is at the very top, right? Pookie is at the very bottom. Of course, there's ones in between. Just like there's going to be sexual partners and the amount of dicks that a woman has had in between. So when I was making my point, I was going to the two extremes, Pookie and Pookie, and then and high value guy. Now here's the thing: to the ladies that are in despair and feel that there's no hope, you're gonna be closer to Pookie. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules. I'm just here to enforce them and play the game. You're gonna be closer to Pookie than you are gonna be closer to the high value guy, because the high value guy is gonna have certain things that is non-negotiable. They're non-negotiable. And if you have a history, I'm not saying that you're currently doing it, but if you have a history of a lot of sexual partners too early, he's going to look at that as something that he may not particularly want to invest in, especially when he has options. You guys. But you got, I'm going to the extremes again, Lucky. You got Pookie who says, fuck, I only make $30,000 a year. I'm not that bright. I don't really do too much for my community. I'm not in a circle of men that's considered, top shelf. I could barely spell, or whatever. And then the sliding scale from there, you're going to be around those kind of guys. But then here's the thing. Those guys shouldn't be
Usually they
getting.
have
Those
to,
guys shouldn't be getting passed up to begin with. That's the whole thing about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels speaks to high value men, but he champions the average guy because the average guy is the ones that's getting passed up. See, the problem is when we talk about 80% of women wanting 10% of the men, that 80% of women includes the women that have fucking high body counts. Everybody wants a high value man, and you guys are passing up these regular guys. You're passing up these average assistant managers at Target, chasing somebody who's not even looking for you. He's not even checking for you. Go ahead, Dwayne.
they will be able to get married because I believe somebody will marry them, but it's not gonna be who they want. They're gonna have to settle for a man. Like when they start getting north of 30, north of 35, north of 40, they will settle for a man. They're not gonna have the same options they had when they was in their 20s. What they was supposed to do in their 20s was when they found the halfway decent dude, they were supposed to build with him. And a lot of chicks didn't.
Lock him down. Or if he was already built, support him.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't build with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many times have Kevin Samuel said, okay, 52% of black men between the ages of 18 and like 37 sit in the middle class and are childless. And one lady that was actually on his show said, well, those men are ugly. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. Like, yeah, you play the game. Like you said, Shannon, the game is the game. And
that's
women
why
don't like it.
That's why I was teasing Lauren. That's why I was teasing Lauren about what when she has brunch, when she has Sunday brunch with her girls, what are they talking about? Black women particularly. It's about sex. You know, she says it's not number one, but you know,
I don't
it's
believe that,
number two or number three. Because it's about sex. Because women, you like your priorities in men are kind of skewed. You are the kosher clinician told me that women are the beacon of beauty in a relationship. You supposed to be pretty. You supposed to look good. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about men making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Lauren pulled off. She said she was too. Hold on. I'm all about women doing what they need to do to make sure that they are looking as best as they. I mean, men are doing what they need to do to look as best they possibly can. However, women are the beacon of beauty in a relationship. And so if women are out there putting men's looks as a priority, black women particularly, then you got it all backwards and you got it all wrong. And then you're going to turn around and wake up one day and you're going to marry an ugly nigga anyway when you get 50 and 60 but he may not be shit. What good is it marrying an ugly nigga that ain't shit when you could have had an ugly nigga that was everything to you if you would have locked him down when you were young?
Actually, it was a segment. And I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat, I'm pretty sure somebody will find it. It was actually a segment Kevin Samuels had on the show. A woman called in and she admitted at 37, her whole phase lasted longer than she wanted to. She admitted that.
Shout out to her. You know what? I want to give we got an incoming. Where'd it go? Right here, we got $20 super chat. So get the cha-ching. You know, all super chats that are $20 or more get a gift card automatically. Just make sure, low end theory, that you send an email. It's the instructions are in the description of this video. Send an email to superchat@shannonrawls.com, and my staff will take care of you. Just that's all you got to do. What does he say? Low end theory said, I smashed a woman who I know 15 of my boys smashed. Low end theory says he smashed somebody he knows that 15 of his boys had already smashed. She didn't understand that. To me, she was just a lay because I know how much she got around. She wanted a relationship with me, but she was looking for me to take away her shame. But what that means by is marrying her. That's what to take away her shame is to marrying her. Low end theory smashed somebody that he knew 15 of his boys had smashed, and he just wanted to hit it. That's all he wanted. She didn't understand why he just wanted to hit it. He didn't want anything else. But he had to explain to her, I'm not the one here that's coming in to take away your shame.
Shannon, speaking of that.
Speaking
of that, I went back to a homecoming. I went to a HBCU, and I was kicking it with the Kappas because, like, I'm not a Kappa, but they always wanted to recruit me when I was in school, so I kick it with them anyway.
Stop it.
And
we
then,
don't recruit.
You know, we got on the topic of, like, you know, the boys in the group that was married and the guys that just got divorced, and for some odd reason we got on the topic. Somebody was like, "Hey man, y'all know so you you know somebody married old girl, right? We was like, who? We was like, yeah, old girl that was an AKA, blah, 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 blah. We was like, nah. And then the homeboy Terrence was like, hey, but we can't laugh because I heard she got the type of man to shoot up a whole house. We all busted out laughing, fam. Oh, shit. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, you don't want to go back to your homecoming. I think BGS mentioned that. Yeah. I think he was on here. He said that you don't want to go back to like a school reunion or something and people be like,
that was me.
Somebody married old girl.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So, but then here's the thing. Here's the caveat. Look at who she married. Yeah. Look at who she married. That's what I mean by it's not all lost for the ladies that are out there being promiscuous when they're young. It's not all is not lost for you. You have an opportunity. Just know that he might be a felon.
No, I think the guy the AKA married was like a truck driver or something like that.
Yeah, but he didn't he say that? Didn't y'all say that he'll shoot up the house? He'll bust
yeah, he got a bad temper, bro.
Yeah, that may be who you have to settle for. You cannot expect the top quality. You got to be what you expect. You got to be what you expect. And real quick, whoa, and A Senior is back again with the $100 super chat. With the $100 super chat. He said, reserve that pussy. Shout out to A Senior for the $100 super chat. I appreciate you, bro. And he's telling the ladies to reserve it. Sir, yes, sir. Reserve it. Appreciate your support, A Senior. He always comes through and drops the heavy bombs. A Senior, make sure you send an email to superchat at shannonrawls.com. Send an email. Just shoot the email off and they'll take care of you. They're going to have a nice size gift card for you because whenever you invest in me, I invest back. Thank you guys. Look, Dwayne, I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Oh, yeah, always.
I appreciate you pulling up. It was a great show. We had to have this conversation. I appreciate you pulling up, Dwayne. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. Ladies and gentlemen, does body count matter? How much sex is too much sex before you get married? Are we still counting bodies? Men are. Men are counting bodies. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is, ladies. I didn't make the rules. I just play by them and I enforce them. I enforce the rules. You cannot be promiscuous and run around and think that you get to erase all of that or think that a man is going to simply say, what does it matter how many you had? You with me today. Now, you will find men who say that, but I guarantee you, he's either young, in his 20s himself, and doesn't know better, or he is not what we call top shelf over here. He is not what we call top shelf over here. You know, there's levels to this shit. Men over here, there's different kind of alcohol. You got top shelf, and then you got the bullshit down. You got Smirnoff, you got the bullshit, and then you got the good shit. The men that's saying, man, body count don't matter. The men that this is you too. I'm straight up telling you, and I challenge you. That if you believe that body count don't matter, let me get a glimpse of your life. You're probably on the lower end scale of the totem pole. You're probably closer to Pookie than you are to the high value guys. The guys that matter, where body count matters, are the ones that typically know that they are going to be putting an investment in his woman and wants to invest the rest of his life and all his resources and everything he knows into her. He wants to make sure that he's getting the best alcohol he can get. He wants to know that he's getting the best alcohol he can get. I got another super chat from my guy Dwayne. He says Adonis is your son and he deserves more than Adidas press run. Oh, so he must have hit me with. See, over here I realize that when that happens, I get an image. Whenever you do the super stickers, it shows up a whole lot of text. So shout out to Dwayne for the super sticker. I appreciate you, big bro. Thank you for the $10 super sticker and supporting the channel. You always support the channel. I don't think I've done a live where Dwayne has been here and he didn't support in some kind of manner. Are you guys hitting the like button? We're only at 67 according to this. We only got 67. Can you guys hit the like button? That'd really help. I appreciate you. No, now we're at 68. Thank you. See, I like this new system. It's telling me instantly in real time how many likes we have. 68. Can we get it up to 80? Can we get it to 100? Just hit the like button if you like what we're talking about. 71. Wow. It doesn't cost anything. You know, the likes are free. The likes are free. Are you guys also joining the membership? Are you guys? I'm actively right now recording content for the members only section. I've already dropped some stuff. You'll see, like for instance, my raw wisdom. The raw wisdom videos are for members only. You'll see one coming up next Sunday. I dropped the first one yesterday. And the entire history of the raw wisdom is already up, but it's only for the members. I'm doing members only lives. We have a members only back channel where we have a conversation in chat. Join the membership. There's perks to it. And if you expect to elevate your life and go to the next level, I expect to see you there. You know, you can't have it for free. So many people that want everything for free. It doesn't work that way. I invest, you invest. Invest in yourselves. The game that and it's taking me time to record this stuff. So, you know, make it make sense. So join the membership. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hitting the like button. And are you subscribing to the channel? Did you hit the subscription button? That's important too. That's important too. I'm hearing you guys are going ham over here in the chat. How much sex is too much sex? Listen, we are getting ready to do the giveaway. This is the last chance. Here's the last chance. If you write salute, if you write the word salute in the chat, you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway. I got a computer. The computer system is adding it up. Let me go pull it up. It's the first time we're doing this. It's still running. Oh, it's a lot of people in here. All you got to do is type the word salute. All you got to do is type the word salute in the chat. It's popping up with different names. What is this? Jenny just popped up in here. A Senior just popped up in here. It's telling me, oh, it's adding all kind of people in here. You guys, Brother Love Show is in here. See, I'm looking at the system. The system is telling me all these people are entering. It's saying these people are suddenly entering into the giveaway. What I'm doing now for every live, by the way, I go live 6 days a week. I only take Sunday. Actually, I go live 7 days a week. Sundays are for the members. I go live 7 days a week. Sunday is for the members. My public lives are Monday through Saturday. I go live every day. And from now going forward, every public live that I do, I'm giving away gift cards. And I got a system built in here that's allowing people to pop up in here. All kind of people. Lucky Marie just popped up in here, and GDO and No One. It's adding all kind of people up in here. All you got to do is say the word salute and you're entered. So basically, when you come on to my shows, I just want you to say, what's up, Shan? Salute. Salute to the chat. Salute to the people. This automatically runs when I go live. It's automatic. When I go live, the system kicks in automatically and it starts running the contest. And so it starts scanning for anybody that says the word salute. You can just say the word salute. You can say the word salute in all caps, lowercase. You can say it with an exclamation point. You could write a sentence and have it in the sentence. It doesn't care. As long as it sees the word salute, you are automatically entered into the contest. And from today forward, we're doing that. And at the end of the contest, you get to see who win. In fact, I'm going to show you the screen. I'm about to pull up the screen to let you see that it's going to pick the winner for tonight. I'm going to share the screen. You guys are going to see it so you'll know that I'm not faking. Thank you so much for everybody pulling up. I appreciate you. I'm enjoying this YouTube thing more and more. Body count does matter, ladies. Body count does matter. And shout out to Lauren for being a trooper and coming up and explaining her position. She's basically saying, listen, she's not absolving women who are out there being promiscuous. She's not absolving them, but she's also saying, fellas, one, how dare you say that you need a woman who has a low body count, but then you're out there having sex with the women that's running up their body count. That's one point that Lauren had. The other point that Lauren had is, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? The past is the past. You need to pay attention to who she are. And you need to pay attention to the why, not the number. The number is not so much important, whether it's 40 or 400. The number itself is not what's so important as to the why. And that's what you want to get to know about somebody. You might find out that why is something that aligns with your personal constitution. You might fall in love with her as to the why. Even though the sex is the reason why it was the outcome, the why might matter to you. And that's what Lauren was trying to explain. I appreciate Lauren for coming up. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thanks everybody for pulling up. I'm getting ready to show you the people that, let's see, I need one more person. We got 39 people that's eligible. I want one more person. Somebody says, I need somebody to say salute in the chat that hasn't said it. I still got super chats coming in. Brother Love hit me with one. Let me see. Yeah, this is a show. It's not just a podcast. It's a show, you guys. We're going to turn it into a show. Shout out to Brother Love for the $5 super chat. He hit his salute with a $5 super chat. And there his name is right there with the dot saying that he's eligible for the giveaway. There his name is right there. He's saying he's eligible for the giveaway. Okay, we're at 41 people that's eligible. It just added somebody named Monica Shante. It just added Miss Drea. It added Travell Brown. Yep. It got the real Dana in here. Okay, cool. So now we're at 41 eligible. So let me go share this screen so you guys can see how this works. I'm not gonna do this all the time, but I'm gonna do it for day one since today is the first day. Please hit the like button. And boom. See? That's my giveaway screen. Do you you see the mouse? You can't see the mouse. Am I doing this right? Let me see. I think you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see it. So what happens is I made it eligible for everybody. Moderators, regulars, channel members, and users. I made it eligible for all of you guys, and we did a keyword contest. These are the 42 people that's eligible right now. 42. And these are all the people in here. These are all the people that's in here. That's going to be part of the contest. These are everybody that says salute. Say salute now. I'm giving y'all the last second. It just added one more person. Say salute. Just type salute in the chat. We're going to do this every day, by the way. And all I got to do is hit this one button down here that says roll it. Let me see. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I got to hit this button down here that says roll it. All right. 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Lionel Irving. Is Lionel Irving in the chat? Now here's the requirement. If you leave early, you don't win. If you leave early, you don't win. Lionel Irving, you have to say something in the chat. It's going to tell me if you write something. Say, I'm here. You got to say present. Present and accounted for. If you're a soldier and you saluting, present and accounted for. Lionel Irving, you got to say something in the chat. You got 10 seconds. If not, I'm going to roll the dice again and give it to somebody else. Lionel, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lionel is not here. Lionel is not here, you guys. So I get to go. I can scroll down. I can roll it again. Y'all ready? Lionel lost. Lionel missed out. You got to be here to get the blessing. You got to be here to get the blessing. All right, here we go. And Jill Williams. Is Jill Williams still here? You got 10 seconds to say present and accounted for. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jill missed out. No TP. You can't be here for him. They got to be here for themselves. This is how we gonna roll. We about to hit the button again. Monica Shante. Monica Shante is the winner. Is Monica here? Monica, you have 10 seconds to say that you are present and accounted for. Boom! Monica's here, y'all. Monica wins for the night. Monica says she's here. Monica says she's here. Monica says she's here. Monica wins. Monica, please email me superchat@shannonrawls.com. My staff is going to send you a gift card to Bars Raw. You like what I'm wearing? We have it for women too. We have it's a couple hundred different products. Send us an email. They're going to give you a gift card that you can use at the store. Superchat@shannonrawls.com. You are the winner of tonight's giveaway. You guys got to be here. You got to be here to win. It's cool, right? Makes the shit fun. I mean, who wants a boring, mundane chat? You know, people just talk and talk and talk. No, we're going to make it a show. I'm doing this every show. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys. You guys are still hitting me with super chats? Am I still getting... Bridging the Gap hit me with another super chat? Man, shout out to Bridging the Gap. Jill was there. Was she? I didn't see the system didn't say anything. She typed in at the 11th second. All right, look. Mr. Awesome says that Jill was here. Jill was here. She typed in at the 11th second. You got to type in at 10 seconds or less. What should I do? What should I do, you guys? Should I give both of them a gift card? Jill was here. This is the first night. Jill was here. She won, but she didn't speak up fast enough. She said, I'm here at the 11th second. What do you guys think? Should I give it to both of them or should I just do one at a time? Should I give it to both of them? Tia says, nah, keep it fair. Tia says, not both. Give some grace, Mr. Awesome says. Mr. Awesome says, give us some grace, and Mr. Awesome is part of the army. Mr. Awesome is part of the SR army. So I'm gonna follow that soldier's advice. I want both of you guys, Jill and Monica. Her name was Monica, right? Jill and Monica, please email me at superchat@shannonrawls.com. Email me at superchat@shannonrawls.com. I'm gonna take care of both of you guys. The soldiers have spoken. RG hit me with another super chat. He says, give her one of mine. I'm giving it to her, boss. You got it. Jill and Monica, make sure you guys email me superchat@shannonrawls.com to get your gift cards. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We got new topics. We got more topics to talk about. We talking every day. The two ships, relationships and entrepreneurship. I appreciate you guys being here. Please follow the channel. Please hit the thumbs up and like on this video. We're at 82 likes. I would like to get to 100. I asked you to take me to 80. You took me there. Can we get to 100? If you're watching the show, just hit the like button. You know, I want to give away stuff. I want it to be fun. I want the topics to be cool. I'm glad that you guys are pulling up and talking. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We will be right back here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, hit that little bell sign so your phone will go off and let you know that I'm going live. You know, if you don't hit the bell sign, you'll get like a summary of the people that went live, or it won't tell you when I actually go. You're gonna miss free shit. I'm giving away stuff again tomorrow. All you got to do is come in and say salute. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Man, I can't leave. Y'all not letting me leave. Mr. Awesome hitting me. Before I left, I got to hit me with another super chat. Only because it's the first time, though. Only because it's the first time. Sergeant Mr. Awesome said, only because it's the first time. Let this be a lesson. Get them thumbs warmed up next time. Twitter fingers. Get them Twitter fingers warmed up next time. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the morning, and we out. Hey.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere beber. Pa' que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca.
I'm over here grooving, y'all. Oh, we are 15 likes away from 100. We are 15 likes away from 100. All you gotta do is hit the like button. Don't be stingy with the likes. Don't be stingy with the likes, y'all. Llegar con un perdón, quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca. Solamente en sus sueños nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Ese empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo honesto y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación con alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición para después llegar con un perdón. Que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada si lo regala. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Esas nenas mata, es que más ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Oh, no. Oh, I noticed that the system is doing different. It doesn't show the chat. Oh, okay, I gotta fix that. Because I went straight live on YouTube and I didn't simulcast, so the chats aren't showing up. I got it. I can fix that. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow in the morning.